Hello.
Hi, guys.
Today we are talking about fighting inflation and the secret to never paying full price again. So, here's the thing. You do not have to pay full price for probably 95% of the things that you buy in your life.
Mhm.
Really, let's see. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that you just have to pay full price for. Not even down to underwear. I mean, but Mom and I went to the thrift store yesterday and we were talking, and then we ran into, so this is crazy. We ran into a viewer. We live in Sheridan, Wyoming. We were at the thrift store, and she is from California, Southern California, and she used to live here. Hello, Kimberly.
I was going to say hi, Kimberly.
And so we probably stood there an hour talking to her, I think.
But she's been with us since
25 years.
We
since
even
before the book came out.
Started writing the book that long.
Since before. So when Dining on a Dime, right now, 25% off, advertisement there. When that was our original book called Not Just Beans, she was one of the first 2,500 people to buy first edition of our book, which is pretty crazy. And so she's been with us for 25 years, but we were standing there talking to her, and she's like, yeah, she said, even in Southern California, I homeschool my kids. We're totally debt-free. She seemed like she was happy enough. I mean, didn't have her life story, but she seemed like she was happy enough.
I was thinking of that today. She was actually, when she was talking about being out of debt and stuff, there was like a joy on her face. You know, she was so excited.
And so we ended up talking about how, you know, you really don't have to pay full price for anything. And we were all standing there at the thrift store. I had my $2 hot rollers in my hand that I had picked up before she said hi. And so we were going to talk today a little bit about not paying full price. The secret to beating inflation is to just not pay full price. Now, what does that mean? That means buying food on sale. That means buying your clothes on sale. That means buying your car used.
Clothes used.
Items,
everything used.
Maybe houses, but even houses, there's options so that you don't have to pay full price. And so we're going to start with the thrift stores first of all. Well, let's start with groceries first of all, because today I went to the local grocery store that's having their case lot sale. Now, I will tell you, normally the case lot sale is not a good deal here. I know a lot of people.
Yeah, it's not.
Like my friend Kimmy, she's in her apron. She loves the case lots in her area. But in my area, the prices really normally aren't that good of a deal.
Yeah.
But today, I got 3 grocery carts full. I'm restocking my stockpile room. And I got $800 worth of groceries for $250. I got macaroni and cheese for 49 cents a box. I got bacon for $1.87 a pound, which I have not seen ever. Now, ends and pieces have been 99 cents.
I was going to say, it wasn't ends and pieces either, was it?
It's full regular bacon. And I have never paid $1.80 ever in my entire shopping life. $1.87 for bacon. It's all the lowest that I've ever gotten was like $2 a pound. And so now I've gotten 99 cents for 12 ounces, but you know, that's a normal package, but not for a pound. And then I got, let's see, what else did I get? They had apple juice and orange juice, which are not necessities. Those are treats that I got for us. And I got...
did you get them in the bottles?
The apple juice was in the bottles, but the orange juice was in the cans, the frozen cans.
But those are good to have on hand for your prepping stuff, really, because they last a long time.
Yeah.
You know, and they're good to have for extra vitamins if you can't get fresh fruits and vegetables. So that's not so bad to have.
So I got 3 carts full and $250 worth. And I sat and figured I had at least 300 meals worth of food. pasta for $1 a package. And so I was like, this is crazy. I can't believe how low the prices are. I know food's supposed to be going up, but my grocery bill is not going up. As a matter of fact, it's going down. And so then we were at the thrift store, and we're doing a video that's coming up in a couple of weeks on how to shop a thrift store, because there's tips and tricks.
Well, even Kimberly was saying she hasn't noticed that her grocery bill's gone up at all. And like we were talking, it's all, if you use the tips, you won't usually notice, that big of a difference if you practice the tips and not worry about the prices.
99
Got to stop worrying about those prices and just practice the tips.
25% off. And Kimberly said, she said, because I've been following your tips all these years, we are debt free. My grocery bill is not crazy expensive. And so we were looking, and we were like, man, we got our clothes at the thrift store. Walmart this week. Oh my goodness.
I know.
It was crazy.
Some of the things was cheaper than the thrift store. They had ladies' long sleeve t-shirts for $1.
They had just gotten a new supply in. Didn't even get it on. I know it's not there because with this kitchen remodel, I've been to the Restore, Home Depot, and Walmart almost every single day.
Hey, we walked into the Restore and they said, "Hi, Tara." Everybody knew her there.
Again, out of the 28 days in February, I think I've been 30 times to the Restore. 40, I don't know. But I think what happened was Walmart got a whole bunch of stuff in, and they're getting their summer stuff, and they can't sell their winter stuff. So they literally just put it on the floor on clearance. And so I got a flannel shirt for $3. I'm going to match Mike now. I got a red flannel shirt. We're going to be twins. We're going to be those old people with twin shirts. We're going to be so cute. Pink flamingos. I'm the queen. I'm with the king. And so,
but one thing too, on these shirts and things being on sale, you need to start thinking out of the box a little bit. I was listening to a gal that did quilting, and she goes to the thrift store and she buys men's shirts for $3, she said, at the thrift store. And she uses the fabric from them, which is an old fashioned, everybody knows you can use used clothes, but that's where she gets most of her stuff. And I went to Walmart and they had men's large, extra, extra large shirts for $3. And so that was even cheaper than the thrift store.
That's close to a yard of material, at least.
You may not need men's shirts, but think about this. What can I do with whatever's on sale? Is there something else I can use it for that I need it for?
Amy said, before I watched your show, I paid $200 a week for groceries, but now I spend $35 to $40.
Way to go. Oh, my goodness. Guys, that is good.
Our Dining Iodine cookbooks, 35 or 25% off right now. Sorry, our sale's over, but 25% off. They're still. But all of these tips and tricks it has nothing to do with the prices. Yeah. It has to do with how you buy your food and how you shop at the grocery store. And so then we got to talking about cars. So Mike and I and guys, post your questions. Mike will pull them, and we will ask your question, or we will answer your questions as soon as we're done here. But go ahead and post them. But we were talking about cars, and we got our taxes done at the accountant. And that's always a stressful thing. You're never sure how many thousands of dollars you're going to owe. $342,000, but hey, who's counting? No, I'm only kidding. I wish I owed that much taxes.
That means you made that much.
That would be great if I owed that much taxes. But our accountant was flabbergasted at the fact that we lived on a quarter of the amount of money that we made. And he was like, "You guys really lived on that amount of money?" And Mike was like, "Yeah, we did." And so this year's we've been really trying to push hard to get the house paid off and all this stuff and everything. And And so I told Mike, I said, okay, let's go through and look at the expenses because I'm really curious what we actually spent on things. And it seemed like we were in the mechanics every other week this year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I am not kidding. I'm not one on buying new cars, but this year has been particularly trying with car repairs. The truck is in, and then the truck dies, and the car dies, and we have to go take the car in as we're swapping the truck, and then they both go, and we're having to borrow mom's car. And we have all of this record-breaking snow, and we can't get through, and we're getting stuck and all this, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So I told him, I said, how much did we actually spend on car repairs? And honest to goodness, I am not kidding. If you would have asked me, I would have said probably $8,000 or $9,000.
Yeah, because they have had it in all the time, one or the other.
I would say our cars have probably been in the shop at least 8 or 10 weeks, if not more. And probably more if you count them separately.
Mm-hmm.
We spent $2,400 on car repairs. Now that's the facts. See, what happens is people go with their feelings,
Mm-hmm. Or what everybody else is saying. They're
and they
mimicking what everybody else
feel
is saying.
like they're spending a lot on car repairs. So we have to go buy a new car with a car payment because we're spending so much money on car repairs. Well, the fact of the matter is I spent $2,400 on car repairs this year instead of spending $10,000 or $15,000 in car payments this year.
Yeah.
But people don't want to do that. And was it a pain? Yeah, it was kind of a pain. I would say this year has been probably the worst year we've had for car repairs in our used car life. But is it worth it? Definitely.
Well, $2,400, that's almost just the amount that people pay extra for their insurance and their tags and that type of thing each year on a brand new car.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So let alone add in the payment and everything else. And you know, you get a new car, you don't realize you're going to have a flat tire with a new car. You know, you can have something happen.
The alternator go out,
Yeah.
whatever.
And things like that. You're going to have things happen on a new car.
Yeah. And so the thing is, if you're going to want to get out of debt and if you're going to want to beat inflation, if your income isn't going up, but your expenses are going up, there are things that you can do to fight inflation. And the number one thing you can do is buy used or buy on clearance and make sure that it's actually on sale. I meant to bring the ad in from that grocery sale I was talking about earlier. And I forgot, but I was looking and some of the things for the case lot sale, they weren't a better deal.
Yeah.
Than me just going to Walmart to get them.
Know your prices. You have to know your prices.
And I've only got 2 grocery stores here. And so 2 grocery stores and Walmart. So I guess Walmart's a grocery store now. So I guess 3 grocery stores. So the competition isn't real big here. If we want competition, we've got to drive 2 hours in any direction. And so, anyway, you know,
Well, I don't know if you wanted me to talk about this later or not. Or
no, Mom, you can't talk about anything.
No, she's got this ordered. I don't even know what the order is.
I don't have an order today.
Oh,
so
you don't have an order today whether I'm jumping in. But, you know, I think one thing you have got to get over is your pride. I think this is what is keeping a lot of people, pride and excuses, you know, from buying used at the thrift store and buying used cars and things is you want that nice looking car. You can't believe that. I mean, people were so bad just, what was it, the 80s, late 80s or something when this started happening, early 90s. They were so proud if they had a name of a clothing designer on their outfit. They had to wear shoes by certain people, carry purses by certain, you know, I have a certain purse or, you know, different things like that. It's really down to pride. But if you talk to these people, they would never say it was pride. They say, well, this will last longer. How long do you want shoes or a purse to last? You know, they go out of style. they wear out, or you could just get plain tired of them. And you've got to start thinking, I'm not going to let my pride get in the way of getting out of debt and saving money, because you're stressing your family out with this, and you've got to get over it. For example, I don't know how many people, and I know it's hard. If you've never done it, you've got to work your way up to this. So many people say, I would never, ever buy a pair of shoes at the thrift store. Never.
Or underwear or anything like that.
Yeah. Now, if you think, I want you to think about this. First of all, most of the thrift stores we go to put out the nice shoes. You know, they don't look like they've been worn for 20 years. They look pretty nice. You take them home, spray some disinfectant in them, and they're good to go. And you think, oh, I just couldn't do that. But I want you to think about this. You can't do that, but you can go to the gym and walk around barefoot at the gym, where hundreds of people have walked with their bare feet and touched the floor. I know, in the locker rooms, everywhere they walk around in their bare.
In the showers.
I can't even imagine, you know, they've got all these gooks on their feet, but they can't buy a pair of they can do that, but they can't buy a pair of shoes that's probably been disinfected before they were put out in the thrift store, but then you can spray them, and only one person has worn this pair of shoes, not hundreds of walking around.
Or they refuse to buy used clothing, but they'll go to hotels and sleep on used sheets.
Yeah, you know, it's like...
Here's a thumbnail.
I mean, you know, you guys really need to think about this, because it's just a mental, emotional thing. It's all about emotions. This money stuff is, if you dig down to the root problem, it's about emotions. And so you've got to get over that and start thinking, you know.
Oh, yeah. Aloha says bowling and skating shoes, too. Yeah.
Oh,
no
yeah.
kidding.
Bowling and skating things. Yeah. So.
Or the fountains at school, the water fountains at school. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's so many things. So you have to just kind of.
You can go ahead and send me, Mike. If you guys have questions, go ahead and put them in there, and Mike will send them to me, and I'll answer them.
Well, and then also, like with clothes, okay, I wore this top special tonight because I either wear hand-me-downs or I get most of my clothes at thrift store. I can probably count on one hand the new items I bought, you know, for clothes. And the thing is, to show you, you can get some really nice things. If you're prideful and you're worried that you can't find anything nice, this here is a cashmere sweater.
Oh, can I touch it?
Yes, you can touch it. You can even stroke it if you want a little bit. It's 100% cashmere. I paid $1.99 for this thing. I have 3 cashmere sweaters, and I paid 99 cents to $1.99 for them. Now, I would never be able to afford a cashmere sweater. But the thing too is, and I looked it up when I got home. It was like a $250 sweater from this place. And I thought, oh my goodness. But this is what you can get. It's not skanky stuff. But I
got this one at a garage sale.
Yeah, you did. I remember when you got that one. But one thing that you don't realize, by buying things like this, I can sit and go someplace and eat and spill strawberry pie all down the front of me. And if it stains, I don't worry about it. You don't understand the freedom you get from stress, because I didn't pay $250 for this. I don't have to worry if I get something on it. So all my clothes, if something happens to it, I don't worry about it. My cars, because I have these clunkers that I drive all the time, if it's in an accident, some people are paranoid if they get in an accident. They won't allow anybody else to drive their car. What if something happens to it? That is stress. That's really stress in your life. I let my kids and grandkids all drive my cars whenever they want. Michael one time drove my car and just completely totaled it out. It didn't bother me one bit. So he totaled it out.
Yes, you over there.
But, you know, it was no big deal. I didn't come apart at the same. It didn't matter. I'll just get me another clunker. If that had been a brand new, expensive car, I would have probably had a heart attack, you know. But you do not understand the stress that buying those expensive items do. If you buy expensive sunglasses, say you pay $30 for a pair of sunglasses, and you lose them. I've seen people just totally panic and get really upset over this new pair of sunglasses they bought 2 weeks ago, and they lost them. I pay anywhere from 50 cents to $1 for my sunglasses. If I lose them, I'll just go get me another 50-cent pair, you know? So you got to get all this stuff in your mind and get rid of the pride and think, you know, this will get rid of stress for me if I start doing this. And I've used this story before. I know you guys get sick of this, but we have some new people on here sometimes. I had a gal I did ironing for. She wouldn't dream of not only not going to a garage sale or a thrift store, she wouldn't even buy clothes for her kids and her at Walmart. She went to the most expensive store in town, and they were about ready to get a divorce. They were on the verge of doing that. And I worked with them in their finances. I mean, they drove Cadillacs, but the parts to get the Cadillac repair, even though it was a big, nice, expensive car, they couldn't afford the parts to get the car because they were so expensive. You got to take that into consideration on new, expensive cars. And they didn't know what they were going to do. So I helped them with the financial stuff. And I got her, to start going and buying her clothes and the kids' clothes at some place less expensive. She came back about 2 years later, beaming. She was so excited. She said, "You will never believe, Jill. Not only did I start buying my clothes at Walmart," she said, "I thought that was going to be horrible, but that wasn't bad at all." And then she said, "They had really cute stuff I never knew." But she said, "Now I'm going to garage sales and thrift stores." And she said, "Oh, I love it. I can't even." And the stress was all gone. It was just, there was no more stress. Their marriage was saved. And, you know, you got to put in perspective what is really important to you here. Having that house that's so nice, but you can't afford it, but it's, you know, you impress other people with it and things like that. So, you know, think about these things. Do I want a happy it won't be totally stress free, but you'll take a big chunk of the stress out of your life with my family? Or do I want to be prideful and have stuff that, you know, that other people will be impressed with?
Yep.
Did that make sense?
All right, guys. Diane Dime Cookbooks 25% off right now. Our volume 1 and volume 2, and then our gluten-free, dairy-free edition, which we are getting low on these. We have them on order, but you might want to grab one if you want one. Our gluten-free, dairy-free edition. And then our planners. I finally got
the video
done. Are you guys proud of me? You guys knew what I've been going through. You would be amazed I got the video done. But anyway, our undated planner right here, guys. If you go to the sales page, it explains how to use it. We've had person after person just rave about how it's totally transformed their lives because it's just so easy to use and not complicated. So anyway, livingonadimeguys.com, you can go find those. And what brought that on was, where'd it go? Oh shoot. Robin says, I saw the video where you made the muffins from the pancake mix. Did you use the regular recipe on the box for pancake or only make it as a muffin? So I just added a little less water than I did for the pancake mix. It's just a thicker batter than the runny batter that you have for pancakes. It was just a thicker batter. And that's how I did it. So I have been baking in the toaster oven and doing that. Do you still sell soap? I only have like 300 pounds of soap I could sell, but unfortunately, no. I am very sorry. I am not selling it right now. I was actually missing my soap making the other day. I had a moment. Okay.
You had a moment.
Then I got over it. Okay. Medication. Remember when we bought medications from Canada? I mean, for a long time there, we bought our medicines from Canada. Mm-hmm. And so I know people who go to Mexico and get their medications. And so you got to do what you got to do, unfortunately. Hello, Barbara. I'm so glad you're back. And yes, I heard you got 15 minutes of snow in California. That was crazy. I also heard you guys have had so much rain that all the reservoirs are like at 130% or something now.
My word.
So here last year, we were finding dead bodies at the bottom of reservoirs. And this year,
they're floating on top. Oh, no.
That went downhill real fast.
That didn't work.
Wow. That was even faster than a roller coaster, I think. Oh, my goodness. Stephanie says, I made the baked macaroni and cheese for supper tonight. I think that's in volume 2. It's my kids' favorite. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Murray Beth, hello, beautiful and blessed ladies. Love you guys and Mike in the background. Hoping no snow for a while for you. Well, here's the deal. It's only March. That means nothing in Wyoming. So apparently this is now record-breaking snows. There are rumors that this is the worst snow that they've had ever here. I find that hard to believe. But it is one of the top winters for snow. We have just right outside this door here, probably 5 foot tall snow drift from just snow, just piling and piling. But we're supposed to get snow 3 times this week. So we will have snow into May here easily. I'm getting ready to move my geraniums to the window, hopefully get those started so the deer can have something to eat this summer.
Get a good crop of them going for the deer.
So I found a deer. Oh, there was a deer on the porch a couple days ago. Scared the tar out of me. It was right by the front door trying to eat my fake evergreens that are stuck in the pots that I put in for Christmas. And they got frozen in the pots and I can't get them out. Well, the dumb deer was trying to eat them. And I opened the door and he scared me and I scared him. And I thought, what would have happened if instead of going off the porch, he came into the house?
Especially with the construction on all that.
How do you get a deer out of your house?
You can't hardly even walk through her house now, through her living room and kitchen. I mean, you can hardly walk through it. I could just see a deer in there.
Can you
Oh,
imagine?
my word.
I was like,
that's just what you'd
thank you, Jesus, that it
I
went
could just
that way.
imagine.
Because, I mean, seriously, it could have been really bad.
That would have been awful.
It was right there by the front door.
If you guys could just see the inside of her house now, it would blow your mind.
Bad. And then I decided to start painting the laundry room because the kitchen looks so good. I decided to start painting the laundry room. I decided if I'm going to have a mess, I'm just going to have a really big mess. And I got a really big mess. As a matter of fact, the poor contractor hasn't been here for like 10 days. And I could tell he was kind of like, whoa, this is pretty bad. But anyway, it was pretty funny. Okay, how long can you freeze bacon? Oh my goodness, a year at least. Yeah, 18 months. And then if it's like a year and you cook it, you can refreeze it after you've cooked it.
But you guys, I want you to think about this. If you're rotating out most of your food, you really don't have to worry about it too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you just keep that rotation going,
that's what I do.
Everything pretty much lasts for you to rotate through, even if you have a lot of it, because if most people don't have more than 2 freezers and they don't have it just all full of nothing but bacon, they don't. Maybe 1 shelf of bacon. That 1 shelf can be rotated through easily within a year and a half time before that bacon,
Shelf? I'd say the whole freezer would be rotated through in a year and a half.
Well, yeah. So that's what I mean. If you're rotating it the way you should, don't worry about how long it lasts, because if you're doing, you need to worry about make sure you're getting it rotated.
Giovanni says they are emptying out the supply chain, so load up. I don't know what they're doing. I ain't going to complain. Although I told you guys this was going to happen. If you remember back in July or August, when we were having all this drought stuff, I said, just wait, guys. Meat is going to be really super cheap. And when it is, stock up. Remember, I told you, this is an I told you so moment from Tara here. But I have not seen meat this cheap in years. And I mean, I'm talking 10, 15 years. I haven't seen meat this cheap. And so, my freezer, even though we're doing the construction, I peeled off all the painting stuff they had on there and I stuffed what I could in little corners. I have I have bacon on the back porch because I don't have room in the freezer that I'm going to cook up and then put the little bacon packets in the holes in the freezer. But yes, I would definitely stock up while you can. Keep things stocked up because, guys, it's not happening at the moment and it maybe won't. But things could go south really bad, really fast. And so you just want to always be prepared.
Well, and 2, I'm 71 years old, and all my life, prices have always just progressively gotten higher and higher and higher. So the chances, even if nothing major happens, the prices will still keep going up. That's just normal type stuff that happens.
Life.
Yeah, life. So, you know, it's good to keep stocking up while the prices are a little bit lowered.
Yeah. All right. Tiffany said she got our cookbooks. The next day she made muffins. Yummy. Thank you for the tips, you two. You are welcome. Karen says at Goodwill they have senior day 25% off. Yeah, a lot of thrift stores will have certain days or certain codes of colors that go on sale that week or whatever. So yeah, be watching for those. Steven missed the Taiwan Tuesday video. So if you're talking about yesterday's Taiwan Tuesday video, let me just say you're lucky I'm sitting here.
Oh, my poor
because
daughter.
That video had me, like, I'm not exaggerating. I would say this close.
I thought she was going to
saying that's it.
have
I'm
a
done.
breakdown. I thought, right, Mike?
Good job with it too.
Yeah, she worked.
So I took down yesterday's Taiwan Tuesday video because we sounded like chipmunks. I'm sorry, but I had spent on top of what my editors had done. So I had 2 editors working on different portions of it. And then I spent over 100 hours myself on it. I know, a 30-minute video. You're like, well, what did you spend all that time on? You guys have no idea what goes into videos.
Hard.
You have absolutely no idea. And so I spent over 100 hours on that video. And then I realized something was wrong. And I was like, you know what? I can't deal with it. They're just going to have to leave it. And so I asked a couple of people to look at it and they were like, no, it's fine. I'm okay with it. So I was like, okay. So then I called Mom and Mom's like, well, it was actually pretty bad.
I didn't say it like that.
Thanks, Mom.
No, I did not. She said, what'd you think of yesterday's video?
And you
I
went,
said, well.
I didn't so that translated means it was pretty bad. How do you translate that? That is what that translated means. But anyway, so I was like, okay. So after I had a breakdown moment, I took it off. I found out where the problem was. There was an issue with the editing on my end of it. And so I fixed my portion of it, totally blew off the hundreds of dollars that I paid the editors to edit it. And I'm just going to put it up on Friday again without any special anything. So you're just going to get it like it is. I honestly cannot look at that video one more minute. I can't. I'm like, if Mike can look at it, if he wants to do something with it, he can. I cannot look at it one more minute. So anyway, that's where the video went. It's not there anymore. So anyway, that was a very long story to tell you.
It
Just
wasn't
be thankful
there.
I'm sitting here right now because I came very close to not sitting here right now.
I know. I thought this is it.
I was like, we're putting the books on 75% off,
and we're
whatever
quitting.
we get, and I'm done. Anyway, okay, so
well, you guys have to realize. Can you imagine working 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks worth of time on something really hard at your job, and find out you have to start all over again? It was worth nothing, and you don't even get paid for any of it or anything for those weeks.
Well, and you
working.
paid money having it worked on.
Yeah, that
you're just flush.
So you can imagine what that feels like, you know.
So anyway, yes, Tanya, my grocery bill went down because I changed my habits, and I keep changing them. Yes,
very good. That's what we keep saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tiffany says we are great.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Danielle, is beef broth okay to use if expired in December? Yes.
Yeah.
Beef broth you buy in the boxes has no meat in it. It's just chemicals. That's all it is. I mean, seriously, it's just water and MSG flavorings and spices. That's all it is. There's no actual beef in it. So you don't need to worry about getting food poisoning from it. Now, the beef broth you buy that's frozen actually has meat in it. It was made by literally boiling bones and making broth. But because it's been frozen,
Yeah.
it's not going to hurt you.
Yeah, it'll last forever.
It might
Things
have
that
a
are-
slight off taste, but for December, no.
Anything
December
you
won't hurt anything.
freeze will not give you food
Yeah.
poisoning. It just maybe if it's way expired, it may not have quite the flavor.
Might have an off taste if it got freezer burn, but
Yeah.
it's safe to
But
eat.
it's safe
Yeah,
to eat.
it's safe
so,
to eat.
mhm.
I don't know this name. I'm so sorry, but she says I made a great shirt from 2 identical cheap shirts.
Yes.
That's a great idea.
Good idea.
Yeah. You could make
Uh-huh.
quilts. You could make throws. You could make whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tanya's Life says I got volume 1 for my anniversary last month. I'm already made so much. Her family is loving it.
Oh,
Thank
good.
you. 25% off right there. You can send me the next ones, Mike. Barbara says I spent $194 for 3 weeks of groceries in California.
Very good.
There you go.
See, you guys are doing this. I'm so glad you're letting us know and letting other people know, because people keep saying, I don't think I can do that, or that's not possible to do. You know, there's no way you can do that. And you guys are perfect testimonies.
Janet says I canceled my cable. I refused to pay $200. I'm sorry. There's
Yeah.
no way I would pay $200 for cable. I don't care if I don't care if I had to pay $382,000 a year in taxes. I would not pay $200 a month for cable. That's ridiculous.
Even though it's having the $8.99 for BritBox.
Yeah, I'm having we keep going back and forth if we should get a BritBox subscription for $8.99 a month. And I'm like, I don't know. Will we watch it? Or because we like the British shows. Now they're all on BritBox. But anyway. Leah says I saw the tops and got my husband a nice shirt for $3 and a line jacket for $9. It's his birthday. Just took the gluten-free brownies out of the oven. Ooh, those are so good.
Yep.
They are very, very delicious. So our gluten-free, dairy-free cookbook, guys, 25% off too. Diana, Walmart got men's shorts for $1. Ooh, there you go.
Yeah, they've had a lot. They had a lot of good things. So
Mary Beth says she picked up on a manager's special 3 pounds of old folks medium sausage for under $6. And last week, store packaged bacon at $1.99 a pound. There you
that's
go.
good.
That's
yeah,
really good.
that is.
See,
good.
what people don't realize is you can get a package of bacon, or I used to get a package of bacon for 99 cents, but it was 12 ounces, not a pound.
Yeah.
So it was technically more than, no, was it?
Yeah.
No, I think that was the ends and pieces.
Well,
I think the strip bacon was $1.99 a pound is what I'm thinking was on sale. And then the ends and pieces were 99 cents. Yeah. I think that's what it was. Because I haven't, you can, occasionally I saw it. I think that was the ends and pieces.
I was going to say, you
yeah.
haven't bought regular for a long time. It's probably ends and pieces.
I don't know where he put it though. I have no freezer space yet, but I was just like $1.87 a pound. How much bacon can I buy? And can I just store it outside? I mean, it's still freezing here. It's not getting above 30 here during the day.
Even during the day. So,
and our back porch the animals don't get on our back porch except for squirrels, and they won't eat bacon. So, Patricia,
you don't know the squirrels in Wyoming. They just might.
Or Rebecca got her 2 packs of refried beans on clearance at Sam's. Good job.
Oh, very
Trisha,
good.
Tara, we got our kitchen cabinets installed next Wednesday and Thursday. Ooh.
Oh.
Where my window was supposed to come today. So I called and they're like, we don't know where it's at.
Oh, no.
Okay. I said, well, how can we find out where it's at? She said, well, the guy that sold it to you fell and hit his head, slipped on the ice, fell and hit his head on the cement in the store parking lot, and they don't know when he's going to be back. And he's the only one that can find out. Okay. As if yesterday wasn't going bad enough. Mary Beth, my husband always tells me, you got Tara on when he hears hello.
It's true. That is so true.
It's funny how YouTubers always have their one thing they say. Like Kimmy says, hello, friends. And I'm always like, why is she so perky? Can you see me going, hello, friends? No offense, Kimmy. It sounds good coming from you.
I was going to say, it fits her.
But can you just see me saying, hello, friends? I don't know. I'm sorry. It's just not. Yeah. Sorry. Now Kimmy's never going to be able to say that again.
She'll start
I'm
laughing
sorry.
now every time she goes to say it.
Just nobody tell Kimmy. I don't think she's on right now, so nobody tell Kimmy I said that, okay? All right. Mary Beth, still praying for the right car from the Lord for you guys. Thank you. We are looking at cars, keeping an eye out, because if we find a good deal, we're going to grab it. But we would like to get the house paid off first. But we are at the point now where we may just have to go ahead and get a car. So,
well, one thing, Tara was talking about having the cars and working on them. I noticed I haven't been out of the house until just the past couple of days, hardly at all. And I've been driving around, and where the ice is frozen. I mean, it's totally snow packed across Tara's road, coming down her road to her house. And it's big lumps. And I'm afraid that everything's going to be torn underneath my car because it's so low slung. And that bouncing and that hitting. And it's just, I think it's rough on the cars is what I'm trying to say here is why you're having trouble. So,
yep.
So,
Diana, I'm trying to get my groceries down to $25 a week for all my groceries following your tips. I did $107 for the last 4 weeks. Very good.
Good.
For two
Yeah.
people. For two people.
For two people.
Good.
That's really
excellent.
good.
Very
Yeah.
good. Margaret, I want to know where you got your jewelry, Mother. That
My,
was a Christmas gift, wasn't it?
yeah, I think my daughter-in-law gave it to
Yeah.
me.
Kimberly, watching prices at the register is very important. Yes. Watch your prices when they're
Mhm.
ringing them up. Walmart, I'm not
Mhm.
kidding. Like almost every time I buy anything at Walmart now, something rings up wrong.
Well, I go to Albertsons and I only buy the sale items when I go in there. I buy nothing else but sale items. So when I get up there, I said, will you help me watch and make sure that they all ring up the sale things? And they do every time. And they're really good about it. She said, oh dear, it didn't go through. And then she does it. So I just kind of nicely ask them, to watch for me. And they're really good about it. So,
Yeah. Aloha Ha says, do we use bookkeeping software? Yes. What do you use, Mike? QuickBooks? Yeah, Mike uses QuickBooks.
I love it.
He loves it. Amazing Grace says, it's a beautiful 70 degrees here, but she had to take an ambulance ride to the hospital. I am so sorry.
oh, no.
I don't know what happened. I hope you're okay. I'll go back and look at the comments because this is a ways back, I'm sure. So I'll go look and make sure you're okay. Kimberly, the last 2 months I have needed car repairs on my fixed income, but my car is paid for and I will drive it until it dies. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Scooter P says it's never too late to start saving money. Every little bit counts. Yes, it does.
Yes.
Diana. Oh, Kimberly is on.
It was
I
Kim.
dare, or I mean, Kimmy said, she says, I dare you to say it in your next video. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to do that now. Hello, friends. It sounds normal when you do it.
It does. It sounds
nice and nice,
personable,
yeah. But when I say
soothing.
it sounds weird when I say it.
Ah.
Good day, friends. No, mine needs to be. Let's see. Oh, my brain is not working. What does the queen say to her servants, dear? What does the queen say to her servants? How do you say that? What does she say? I don't know. Huh? The servants say to the queen, yes, me lady. I don't know. Anyway, never mind. I was going to say I need to have Mike on there. Oh, no, okay. We just lost a moment. Never mind. It's gone. Huh? Oh, your grace. Yes, we need to have Mike on introducing me as my grace the next time. That's what I was trying to get out there. But Diana bought a pair of nice sandals at the thrift store for 75 cents. Yes.
Yeah, and they had boots on sale for $5 at Walmart. Nice snow boots and different, even cute dress boots. So,
Shannon, I buy all our clothes from yard sales. Yes, I
Mhm.
buy everything from yard sales. And I had the comment the other day, but it's so hard to stock up on clothes for kids. I'm like, it's easy to stock up on
Yeah.
clothes for kids. You just buy the next batch up.
yeah. Just buy 1 or 2 sizes.
People make this stuff way too hard. It doesn't need to be this hard.
Mm-hmm.
JL, I encourage anyone who has not ordered the cookbooks. They are great. And I have never had a better pie crust muffins. I could go on and on. Thank you, JL.
Thank you.
Mom's pie crust right here. It's the only pie crust you'll ever need. Volume 1 and then volume 2. 25% off right now, guys. And then our gluten-free, dairy-free cookbook also, and our undated planner, which I got the video done. Michael put the link in there. I got the video done. You can see how it works, and it's so easy. And it's a really super short video because it's so easy. All right. And yes, when the video came out, we sold a ton of them. So thank you guys for all of you who ordered. Mary Beth. I always get 99% of my business and casual shoes from Goodwill. Why pay $80 if I can get them for $4?
Mhm.
Yes.
So true.
Yep. Diana, is there something I can do to soften sheets? I bought a new set of flannel sheets, but they're not soft at all. They're like homespun broadcloth.
Well, I do use Downy all the time. That's one thing I've never wanted to give up was my Downy, and that helps a lot. But
Run
there's
tennis balls in the dryer too with it. That would help.
yeah, but I'll be honest, there are some fabrics,
It's the
no
fabric.
matter what
Yeah.
you do to it, it just won't soften up. I've had trouble with
Mhm.
my quilt stuff sometimes. There's just some fabrics that just can't, I had a set of cotton sheets that were just like laying on sandpaper all the time, no matter what I did to them. So
Yeah.
you might try the Downy or the balls in the dryer, the tennis balls in the dryer, and see
Yeah.
if that helps a little bit. If that doesn't, it may just be the fabric.
Mary Beth, I don't walk into Macy's, Kohl's, JCPenney's, or Dillard's to bring out bags of their clothing when I get the same thing at Goodwill for awesome prices.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I figure if it makes it to the thrift store in really good shape, it's probably going to stay in really good shape for me,
Mm-hmm.
is what I figure. Jennifer wants to know, when we say thrift store, is that the same as Goodwill? Yes.
Yes.
There's Goodwill is a company that runs thrift stores. Salvation Army is one. ARC in Colorado is one. You could go to your neighborhood church. DAV is another one.
Disabled Veteran.
Yeah, just
One thing too about that is sometimes people buy the stuff at these expensive places saying, well, that's going to last for years and years and years, or they'll buy really expensive carpet. And the problem with that is styles change. Everybody bought avocado green shag carpet and got the most expensive because it was going to be a lifetime carpet for their house. Well, first of all, they didn't even live in the house for a lifetime. And second of all, within 5 years, the shag carpet was gone, and the same with clothes. They'll go out, they may last forever, but who wants to wear something forever and forever? Even if it's a classic look, you're going to get tired of it, where this way you can justify buying new stuff if you buy them at thrift stores and garage sales.
Yeah. I don't feel bad when I bleach one of my favorite shirts
Yeah,
like I did the
yeah,
other day
so-
because I paid $2 for it.
Yeah,
Well,
so
I'm not going to throw a hissy because I didn't pay the $50 it would have cost Brain. I think it was it LL Bean, I think is what it was, or one of those companies. But anyway, yeah. Kimberly says she only buys when it's half price day. Yes, on the tags.
Mhm.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Judy, same with jewelry. If I lose an expensive piece, it's no big deal. I mean, I have I'll just keep my mouth shut. Okay.
well, I do.
Let me just say, I know people who have lost jewelry, and it was during a stop it over there. Someone had died, and then a very close family member had died, and the next day we were all at the house, and this person had lost some jewelry, and I'm not kidding. For like 3 hours, they were going on and on and on about their insured piece of jewelry. It was insured. While we were all there mourning the death of this family member, it made me physically ill to my stomach listening to this person go on and on. And when people react like that, it's just wrong.
well,
I'm being very kind here. I'm being very kind.
That's-
but it's
that's what we're meaning. That if you buy expensive things, it's stressful.
Yeah.
And you react like that. And if you buy less expensive stuff, you don't have to react like that anymore,
Yeah.
and worry about that. So
it was absolutely embarrassing and shameful. I mean, it was just, yeah. Anyway. Lisa, everyone needs to go to thrift stores or garage sales. You can't believe what I get. I know. Garage sale season's getting ready to come up.
We talk about clothes and stuff like that, but you can get decorating items, you know, like Tara gets a lot of silk flowers or fake flowers and things, and Christmas, beautiful Christmas decorations. I got for free boxes of Christmas decorations that were really high end.
And Lori says on Facebook Marketplace they have free stuff daily. Same thing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
same thing.
And everybody says, "Oh, Tara, you're just a hoarder" on my Tightwad Tuesdays. Well, first of all, I like decorating for every season. And now that I have a house big enough to store this stuff, I'm going to do it.
She has a big house to decorate. She really
And
does.
I have a big house to decorate. And I don't feel bad doing it at all. Do you know why? Because for the $10 or so that I spend for each season, if I get tired of something, I'll just throw it out. Or if I find something that I like better, I'll get rid of it and get something else.
Mm-hmm.
And like I have to get let's see, how do I say this? There's a part that I have to get for Mike's brilliant idea. And I kind of been searching and I'm like, okay, I don't want to spend a lot of money on this, but I am going to need it. And how am I going to do this? And what if I don't like it? And I'm like, because I found one part for it. And I was like, well, what if I don't like it? I'm like, Tara, it's $1. If I don't like it, I'll just turn around and either sell it at my own garage sale or give it back to the thrift store. And as a matter of fact, I almost bought something yesterday that the thrift store said that they would deliver it because they just wanted to get rid of it. And I was going to say, well, why don't you deliver it? Let me use it for 15 minutes for video and you can just turn around and take it right back.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. If you could have seen what it was, too.
It's coming up in Tuesday's video. It's coming up in Tuesday's video.
Yeah, she took a video.
Because I'm like,
oh,
okay,
my God, wait
I
till
don't
you
want
see
this thing at my house.
You don't want
But oh my goodness, this would be a hilarious video with Mike. It would be used for Mike. Mike's the only one who would use it.
He would. He would.
Huh?
No.
No, you're not actually.
It's a riot. As a matter of fact, we should take Mike down there and take a video of him.
And I almost did it just for the video. But I have no problem shipping this stuff back out.
Yeah, see, that's what people don't realize, that you see Tara bringing all this stuff in,
But you don't see me taking
you
it
don't
back
always
out
see her
again.
taking it out. And sometimes she'll buy stuff like, I need some of this stuff, so she picks it up for me or something, or
Yeah.
somebody else. So it's not as bad as what you imagine it to
Yeah.
be. And we just moved here. You've got to realize we've been here about a year and a half, but it takes time. The way we do it, we just don't go and buy what
Everything
we
I
want on Amazon or Wayfair or whatever. We don't just go on there, and it takes time. Sometimes that's one thing about buying stuff at thrift stores and garage sales. You have to look, sometimes, and take your time and keep going and going and going. And that's what's happening here, part of it too.
Okay, but I will tell you, if we can ever make it out, I think we can. Let's see if I can
Make it out
find
of town, you mean?
If we can make it back to Casper. Oh no.
It's
Oh
gone.
no. Oh no. It's not gone, is it? Oh no.
That chest.
Yes.
Oh.
What did I search to find it? Oh, shoot. Man, don't tell me it's gone.
She was going to show it to you.
I was trying to show you something. Okay, I'll go on to the next one and I'll look while we're yakking on the next one here if I don't find it real quick. This is the first piece of furniture that I have ever been like, oh, I'm going to buy that because, oh, here it is. Oh, here it is. Okay, this was so stinking cute. And it doesn't look near as cute in the picture as
It is cute. Boy, that would
as
be
in
handy in a
person.
sewing room.
I know.
That'd be
And
really handy in a sewing
look
room.
at this though. Now, this is the first piece of furniture. Let's see. Hold on. Is that not too stinking cute? Oh my goodness.
But you notice it's on sale even. It's not like you're playing the...
I have never ever wanted to buy any sort of dresser or anything ever in my life. I've never even been tempted. That is just too cute. And I have the perfect spot
You need to
for it,
save
too.
that page. Mother's Day coming up, you know.
This is true.
Well,
Maybe I'll
hint
send
to
Mike
Michael
to Gillette or Casper
or
to get
Dave
it.
on his way back home or something.
Oh no,
Ellie.
he's bringing planners back.
Oh,
You've already got him filled up.
Yeah, the car's already filled up coming. The car. So Dave's leaving tomorrow to go to Oklahoma to help our other son build his tiny house, and the car is full.
and here I was going to have him stop by David's and pick up my stuff.
And the car is full. What do you have at David's?
I left my whole car full of stuff there when I moved here.
Okay. Well, I guess he'll add it in. And we've got a countertop, a sink, tile he's taking. And Dave thinks he's going for a week, but he's taking a lifetime supply of his guitar, his
20
books and everything to play with,
Yeah, he's got about
and
20
some other
books.
instrument he wants to learn. Okay. And all his bedding and everything.
Yeah,
gonna be
he's having to
living
take
in an
mounds of
unheated-
bedding.
Yeah, unheated tiny house. And so he's taking all this bedding and everything. So anyway, Mary Beth says, Tara, you have the equivalence of gold in bartering with your soap. Yeah, I probably do, actually.
Yeah.
Kaylin, I found 125 large trash bags in the trash the other day, and they were $60 when she looked them up.
Wow.
Threw them away because they were against plastic trash.
Mike said they probably threw them away because they were against plastic trash bags.
I know.
That is so true.
It is. I've seen more people say,
Stupid.
I got rid of my plastic containers and replaced them with glass ones. I'm thinking, why don't you just use them
Use
if they're
it.
already got them? Why are you doing that? But you know, that's one thing, guys. Start thinking. You know, really, seriously, people are not thinking anymore. You just get on the bandwagon and the emotional hype of this stuff, and you just go along without thinking. I mean, that doesn't make sense to have plastic containers you're using, throw them out and buy glass things because you want to save the environment. Do you not realize you're buying glass things? And that is not, you know, anyway. That's
Maybe
one
what
of my
I should
pet peeves.
start doing is saying, hello, friends.
Oh, goodness. Poor.
Jean says she bought 6 pairs of sunglasses for $3.
Oh, wow. That's
Wow.
good.
She got 9 pairs.
And, you know, on the sunglasses, some people say, well, I wear them all the time, you know, so I want good ones so that they'll last me. But what happens with sunglasses, you often lose them or you step on them or something like that. If
Somebody sits on them.
or somebody sits on them, you know, if I pay $1 or 50 cents or $1, I can buy 25 pairs of sunglasses in 25 years. This person, you know, or not this person, but anybody will with $25 ones or $40 sunglasses, they may only keep them for a year or two, and then they've got to rebuy another expensive pair. So think this stuff through when you know, do this.
Did you miss this appliance video? Stephanie wants to know. So the first appliance video came out the other day on what appliances not to buy. I have coming up what appliances to buy, and this one cleaner that everyone uses in their house is destroying their appliances. That one's coming up also.
You
So
guys might want to
gonna be
watch
shocked,
this
yeah.
because
you're going to be shocked.
he has some really, really good tips.
Yeah. You're going to be shocked.
Yeah, because I've watched a lot of appliance stuff, and it's going to be good.
What did Mike do to get hidden from the public this time? Nothing. Mom's just on and we don't have room on the set for all 3 of us. Aloha says Mother's Day snow in Wyoming. No, more like Memorial Day snow in Wyoming.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Well, when
I'm
I was
kidding.
when I was moving from Kansas to drive to Idaho, when I hit Wyoming, Montana area, we ran into snow, and this was the 4th day of June, and we ran into snow heading out there. So,
let's see. We have Colleen saying we should do a 24/7 deer video. I had thought about actually starting another YouTube channel and putting one in our backyard and one in our front yard of just the deer. Well, and
you have a lot of other animals.
well,
too.
and okay, don't say what it is, and we have other other things to view in our backyard that people might find interesting. And so I had thought I'd maybe put it up there also. But if we do that, we probably wouldn't say who we are or anything. So anyway, Linda, 2 years of sweetened condensed milk, is it okay, or toss it? It's probably fine.
Wow.
It's canned. It's probably fine. Barbara, first of all, I'm so happy you all are well. Yay, thank you.
Thank you.
My question is, do you think I did okay at the grocery store spending $194? Yes, we think you did.
Yeah.
Especially in California.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can still get really good prices in California, but I mean, I think that's good. And what people don't realize is it's more expensive to buy for single people than it is for a family. Because
Per person, yeah.
Because it's easier to cook when you buy in bulk packages, and when you're single, you don't want to eat the same thing over and over again. So I get that it's harder, and well, it is and it isn't. I didn't really have a hard time when I was single cooking,
No,
but
well,
I mean,
What
guess
I have
it's-
trouble with is like if I buy a jar of mayonnaise, I can't use that up fast enough like I would with
Yeah,
the family.
that's the kind of stuff I'm talking
Yeah.
about, I guess.
So
Katie says, what do you use to clean the inside of your toilet bowl? I just use bleach. Comment, whatever I have, but usually it's just bleach.
mhm.
I just keep my emergency stockpile rotation bleach is what I use for cleaning the toilets.
if you have trouble with a mineral buildup, I would probably use Comet because it's a little bit it's kind of like baking soda. It's a little more abrasive like. It doesn't scratch the inside, but it's more abrasive, and it would get that off better.
Angelica says she got her Dining on a Dime cookbooks. Yay for Valentine's Day. Oops. 25% off, guys, right now. And our gluten-free, dairy-free edition. Hello, friends.
Poor Kimmy.
Well, I think it's hilarious because she just sounds so nice and inviting, and you just want to be her friend. And when I say it, I sound like a goober. So, Jeannie. Okay, let's see. Tanya. I made your meatloaf and loved it. Yay! My cheese went bad from the power outage, so I used mozzarella. Very good.
Very good.
Yeah, good job.
Cheese with that?
With the power outage? Well, it depends on what kind of cheese it is. It could spoil with power outage. It just depends on what
the soft
knows what kind.
cheese.
Yeah.
Another thing, I made lasagna and I didn't have any mozzarella, so I used Swiss cheese and American cheese, and that tastes so good. It adds a different flavor, but it was really good. So you can, if you're out of stuff, this is the one way to use up the stuff you need to use up, or, if you need to substitute stuff.
Elizabeth loves the closeness we have.
Oh.
Tana says, hello from Afton, Wyoming. Stay safe. We are buried here too.
Are you?
Yes, I bet you are. We actually have a really good compared to the south of Wyoming.
I know.
Guys, we're not exaggerating. Some houses, it got up to the eaves with blowing snow in Casper.
Mhm.
It's bad.
But that's part of the reason why we picked Sheridan. I studied
Yeah.
the weather here in Sheridan for a long time, and because of the way the mountains are, we're a little bit more protected. So
Kimberly, don't leave bears on the back porch. You got bears. Yes, we do have bears, but they can't. They won't come on our porch. Our porch is it's like what, 10 feet off the ground or something. It's really high off the ground. It's like 10 feet off the ground, and make sure they're not stuck. If you need me to help Bush, holler.
she'll send me.
We had someone deliver something the other day, and they were really super nice. They normally don't deliver, and they were very sweet, and they got stuck. They had 4-wheel drive, and I felt so bad, so we were pushing them out. But anyway, bears can't get on our deck. We have a gate, and then it's up high enough that it won't be a problem. Now raccoons and squirrels could be a problem. But Denise, she got her car unburied. Okay, she's in the car. Hope she can make it back up the hill. Denise, Tara, true confessions. The one thing I really wanted from my parents when they had to move to an assisted living and memory center was the table and chairs my siblings and parents had growing up. One Sunday, I forgot to blow out my Advent wreath before going to church. And when I returned, where the wreath was a burned divot. To get it repaired and beautiful would have cost $700. So my husband went to the restore, found a very large round wooden coffee table, refinished it beautifully, and made absolutely gorgeous newly finished table. There you go.
Yes.
For $50.
Very good.
Yeah, it's a good thing you didn't burn the house down. Oh my goodness.
That was
Mike,
good.
can you send me the next batch? Mary Beth says, I know in production, she's meaning TV, film production, editing can be trying.
Yes.
Let me tell you,
You don't.
if I could just shoot the video and just give it to someone and say, here you go, I would be okay with this. But I'm not kidding. I probably have, because I started doing the Taiwan Tuesdays and stuff and these compilation videos, because I was trying something different to see if the compilation videos will do something different. I probably have 500 hours of footage on my computer, and I am literally about to lose my mind. I sat down yesterday and I was like, I cannot look at this. I couldn't. I spent all day yesterday painting my laundry room because I was like, I can't look at this. And it sends so I download it to one folder, and then I have to move it to another folder, and then I have to get it in some sort of order for the editors, and then I have to upload it to the Dropbox for the editors, and then the editors send it back to me, and I have to see if it's okay, and then I have to send it back to them with the corrections, and then they send it back to me, and I send it back to the corrections, and then they send it back to me, and then when I download it again, it goes into another folder. And so I have pieces from one video in like 6 different places. I cannot get it organized because it keeps uploading and downloading to all these different boxes. And I'm about to lose my mind. As a matter of fact, I asked Kimmy the other day, I'm like, how do you ever feel like all you do is just sit and look through footage all day long? And she's like, well, yeah. Like, I don't know what to do for it. So yeah, to say I'm about to lose my mind is a very small understatement.
Well, I've watched people on YouTube that put out one like 25-minute video a month. And they've said, I'm thinking I'm going to have to maybe quit because the editing of this is so hard that they don't know if they can keep up with. And that's just one video a month. So if you can imagine how many Tara puts out, each week.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And so anyway, yeah. And it's nothing, my editors now it's been about 3 or 4 months since we've hired the editors. And now we kind of have a system with them down. So that's going really good, I think. But my end of the system is not going good. But I don't know what to do to get anything in order. So anyway, I need somebody that I can just say, here, figure it out. Just deal with it. Katie says, I'm newlywed and just found your channel. It's already been a blessing to me. And my husband, he says he's proud of me for saving more money on the grocery bills. Yay!
Oh, I love the newlyweds to come on
and you can
here.
feed them well, too.
Yes.
There you go.
Actually, when I started out teaching, it was to young marrieds because a lot of them, the moms hadn't taught them things and stuff like that. And so I love teaching to the young marrieds.
Barbara says, I love the faster speed on the video that I talked about messing up. She said, I just thought you had a lot of stuff into a shorter time. So what happened was I only cut off 4 minutes of the video. That's all I cut off. I mean, I barely sped it up. But what happened was so that video is like from 5 different videos, probably 8 different videos. Mm-hmm. So I had to speed it up for a couple of other videos. And when I put it into the new video, I forgot to slow it back down again. So then when I barely sped up, what you guys don't know is we do speed up the videos. Like almost every video I speed up. But when I went to barely speed it up, it like quadrupled the speed of those other portions. So that's why it sounded off. But yeah. Not that it matters anyway, but Judy got grapes for 79 cents. Ooh,
that's
a good
good
deal.
Yeah.
Actually, I should look and see if Albertsons has grapes on sale for us because Dave's not going to be here. Never mind.
No, Dave's going to be gone.
My baby is flying the coop.
For 1 week. She'll be dancing and all excited. And
it's going to. Well, that's true. He says he's going to be gone a week. I think he's going to like it there. And
I think he will like it there.
I'm going to have fun. Well, he took off a month because he took off work for a month because he was originally planning on going for a month.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said a week. And I think he's going to end up staying gone for a month. But yeah. Okay. So no grapes on sale. I was looking to see because I thought maybe there was. Let's see. Today, Connie made the 2-ingredient pumpkin muffins. Yes, they are
Very good.
delicious.
Mhm.
Very easy too.
I love it. You guys are actually using the recipes and doing the.
Pamela says, I love the video. Y'all talk fast, but not as bad as chipmunks. I know. That's what I'm thinking. It wasn't that
Well, I was going to
bad.
say it wasn't unlistenable to it or anything. I didn't think it was just different from what you normally. I mean, you just had this couple of spots, so I didn't think it was that bad personally.
Well, and I listen to everything on YouTube double speed anyway.
Mhm.
And so now I have a hard time listening at a normal speed. But even with that, I was trying to really not listen. And I still felt like I could hear what I was saying.
Yeah, you could understand it.
And Mike said he thought it was fine. And Shayla thought so I was like, okay, I'm just going to leave it. But then my mother.
I did. You just said, I said, well, I was just going to tell you that.
Well,
I was just going to tell her
it
that
sticks.
in a couple of spots it went faster, and that's all I was going to say. That it wasn't that bad. Now Mike's admitting that he thought it was a little bit fast too.
All right, Connie, I watched and didn't think it was that bad. There you go.
It wasn't that bad. That's why I didn't call you yesterday and say anything, because it wasn't. If it was that bad, I would have called you yesterday.
Well,
Kimmy and I are both getting it this evening for some reason.
let's see. Oh, well, now Donna says she liked the chipmunk video.
Oh, goodness.
I should have done a survey. I was going to do a survey and ask, is the video too fast or are you okay with it? I should have done it and seen.
Oh,
But
goodness.
all right. Sarah, my sister went to a friend's birthday party over the weekend. She gave her a dozen eggs as a gift.
That's good. Doesn't it?
That's a true tightwad
Yeah.
friend. See, now Kimmy would give me a dozen
Yeah.
eggs because she knows I would appreciate those dozen
Yeah.
eggs because she's my friend. Sarah, Kimberly, how did you become so knowledgeable? I love watching all of you and learn so much. So really what it boils down to is we just learn stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not okay if there's a situation or a problem that needs to be solved. In my mind, there is always something you can do to fix it. Some way, shape, or form.
I've noticed people now, it used to be when you'd have a situation and you say, I've got this situation, whatever it is, to somebody. They say, well, let's see what we can do with it or figure out how to fix it. Now people will say, well, I was wanting to do this and to fix this or do that. Well, the problem with that is, or, I don't think that's going to work, because they don't even really let you finish talking about it. And they're already saying it's not going to work. It used to be, we didn't do that. We would just think, okay, how can I fix this and make it work? That would be the first thought we'd have. But nowadays people just automatically say, well, you can't do that, or that's not true. But we research stuff. I spend hours researching stuff, and I know Tara does too. If there's anything that comes up with, somebody says, how long does rice last in a plastic bag? We will go and we will research, and we don't just check one place or the place that we want to agree with us. We check all the different places, several different spots, and we do a lot of research. And you guys could do the same thing. You really can. You just need to start thinking through, okay, I have this situation here. This is broken. What can I do to fix it? Well, I can buy a part for $50, but is there something else I can do? I got a clothes rack at a garage sale I paid 10 cents for, and I got it home. Well, I found out why it was 10 cents. The little brackets to hold it upright were broken. Well, instead of just tossing it out and thinking, well, I can't use this now, I'll just go buy me a new one, I went and got 2 twist ties and just tied around each side, and it fixed it perfectly. Or
You could use the poles for something.
I would take the dowel rods that go in there. I wouldn't just throw it away. I would take the dowel rods, and I would have like 10 to 12 dowel rods that I could use for all kinds of things. So look at everything that's broken. My husband used to always say, if something is put together, when it breaks, you usually can put it, back together somehow. So look at this stuff and think, how can I fix this situation,
Yep.
So
Nancy says, since she heard us talk about liquid detergent a few weeks ago, she's cut the amount to a quarter and less, and it works just fine. Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, like we were saying, I think it actually gets your clothes cleaner because you're not having the
So much
detergent
residue.
buildup. Yeah, in there.
Tara, I don't know how the heck to get my grocery bill down. I spend $200 to $250 every 2 weeks for 2 people. I only sell items. We don't make huge meals. Well, you're doing something wrong.
Something's, yeah. I wonder what
Tay,
it'd be.
send me your grocery receipts for a month.
Yeah,
Send me your
something's-
grocery receipts for a month, and I'll take a look. And what your city is. I know you're reliable because I know you. So send me your grocery receipts and I'll look.
Maybe that'll help you.
Editor at livingonadime.com. And by the way, for all of you who sent in for February, the first week of February, all of your receipts and your deals and all that, I have not forgotten you. Things have just been really crazy. So, man, I hope I can do it tomorrow. Tomorrow, I might be emailing all of you guys. I hate to say I'm going to do it tomorrow, but hopefully tomorrow, Friday, I can email you guys and let you know that I did get those. And I am going to use them for a video. I have not forgotten you. And I haven't picked the person yet to get the gift certificate. So I just want to let you guys know, and I keep forgetting to tell that on the show. Everything Tara talks about in the book, she already does. Tay says, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Okay, so just tell me where you live and send me your grocery receipts and I'll take a look. Becky Ann, do you have any alternatives as to get internet at home cheaper? I pay $80 right now. You just have to call around and just look. I don't know what I don't know how many companies are in your town or anything like that. So you just have to call around. I'm sorry. Phyllis says BritBox and Acorn. Her daughter buys her the subscriptions for her birthday.
Yes.
That is a great idea.
Mm-hmm. That's why I get a lot of stuff for my birthday. I don't buy, I just give a list to the kids of stuff that I want. So
Frosty Gal, my husband loves lunch meat, but it's becoming so expensive. Any hacks on lunch meat options? Yeah, I got $1 meat slicer. I got a meat slicer for $1 at a garage sale. And when I get a ham for 97 cents a pound, I will use that meat slicer and slice it up. You can ask the butcher when boneless hams go on sale to slice it up in lunch, whatever, if he likes the thick or thin, however he likes it. You can do it that way. When lunch meat goes on sale, you can freeze it. I freeze it all the time.
You can, if he wants just the slices, this wouldn't work. But if he likes like ground up meat, use a food processor and grind up the meat and add mayonnaise and pickles and that stuff to it too. You could do something like that with a regular ham or a roast or something.
Jesus Loves You says, how long do applesauce and raisins last after they expire? Applesauce forever, raisins really forever.
Yeah.
They might get a little bit harder.
Hard.
You might, and if they do, just put them in the microwave with a tiny bit of water, like a teaspoon, maybe 2 teaspoons of water for a bowl full. And that will replump them a little bit. Anjanette says, on our video yesterday, I thought that we had been abducted by aliens and they had replaced us with an imposter.
You said Kimmy thing.
She's in her apron. You called me Kimberly. What? Am I in trouble? I know. I'm sorry. I don't know why I called you Kimberly. I'm like, what in the world? I don't know how I keep smudging my glasses tonight, but I am doing that. Oh, Kimmy, yes. Tammy, we were paying $160 for cable. Holy cow. She bought a Roku. Yeah, we got a Roku too, although we don't use it as much, but yeah. Denise, what would you suggest would be the best way to sweeten without sugars when baking? I mean, there's not. I mean, you have to buy something. There's nothing cheaper. Sugar is the cheapest option. if you're wanting healthier, depending on what your definition of that is, you could use honey, you could use
Applesauce.
agave, applesauce a little bit.
It
Kind
had
of
to be,
depends.
yeah.
If you're going diabetic, all of the non-sugary sweeteners, Splenda and all those, there's really no alternative. So, yeah. Elizabeth says the good part about getting BritBox and any of the channel apps is you could try them. If you don't watch them enough, you can just cancel. Yeah, that's true. You can. Leslie and Newlywed here, learning so much from you both. Oh,
Thank
thanks.
you.
Her and her husband, thank you. Well, hubby, you're welcome.
I bet you hubby really does thank us. I remember when Tara and my daughter-in-law first, they got married in the same year. And I felt so sorry for Mike and my son. They were such troopers because they would sit down to these meals sometimes.
It wasn't that bad. No,
they didn't dare say anything to them.
No, it wasn't that bad.
We didn't say, wait, I didn't understand.
She said my cooking when we first got married was horrible.
I didn't say it like
No, I heard it was horrible, but it didn't taste horrible.
See, thank you.
In fact, it was,
neither one of them
in fact,
didn't want to
your,
say.
what was it? What's that stuff called with the noodles and the
Oh, the beef stroganoff.
stroganoff is what,
Yeah,
He loved the beef
dish.
stroganoff.
that's how you catch a man.
I was a good cook. Barbara, I got so many new tags with designer clothes at Goodwill. Yes.
Mhm. Yes,
She waits
you
for the
can.
discount days. Yep. Wanda once heard a comic say, "Keep your husband on his toes. Introduce him as the incumbent." I don't get that. What's an incumbent?
Incumbent is the person who's currently in office, and the next person next to him.
Oh. That could be bad. That could go very sour quick. Or he could really love you a lot. Was laughing a couple of nights ago. Mark said, my wife was listening to a YouTuber who softly said, "Hello, sweet friends." My wife said, "She sure does sound like Tara." You can hear her a mile away. Hello, friends.
Oh, goodness.
Kay says, I used to buy only used cars, a 2006 Volvo for 26 years. Wow, just traded it. Very good, very good.
Mhm. That is
All right,
good.
before I get to the next one, Dining Item Cookbooks, guys, 25% off right now if you want to save on your grocery bill, and our gluten-free, dairy-free, and we have our planners back in stock, our undated planners, and the how to use it video is up on the sales page. So go check it out. Kate, I bought your cookbooks and got the free crock pot too. Yes, we offered that in one video. You guys watch our videos because I throw freebies in all the time.
Mhm.
And now I am putting expiration dates on them. So if you want to watch something and you go to use the coupon and it doesn't work, it's because it expired. Let's see. Wanda, how do I watch your Tightwad Tuesdays videos? So I don't know. How does she watch the Tightwad? They're not in a playlist, right, Mike? There's not a Tightwad Tuesday playlist. We probably should make one, I guess.
Well, if she's subscribed, doesn't it just pop up and show her?
Yeah, but she's wondering which specific videos are Tightwad Tuesday. So I just put Tightwad Tuesday at the end of the title, but I don't know.
And usually they come out on Tuesday. If you're wanting to watch them brand new, they come out on Tuesday.
Yeah. Kate said, I kept hitting the send accidentally. I'm trying to say I'm having money with your expertise. Last night I made the sweet and sour chicken. Yum. Very good. Yay. I think that's volume 2. Dee Dee, my friend's son got a free boat and free RV off of Facebook Marketplace. Wow.
Wow, that's good.
He invested many hours of elbow grease and got about $2,000 to now have a very nice items that he uses all the time. That's great.
The finds are out there. And if you start even talking to friends and neighbors and they know you're willing to take stuff free and things like that, Tara, a lot of her neighbors would just give stuff to her because they knew she was willing to accept it, that she wasn't, you know.
Julie says we'd be proud of her. She got 12 boxes of cereal for $1.99.
Very good.
Holy moly. That is great. Elaine says, I literally have your 2 cookbooks right here in my hands, but can't find the pumpkin muffins. So they're not in our books. But they're on our website,
the website.
livingonadime.com. And all it is one can of pumpkin and one cake mix. And that's all it is. And then if you want to add chocolate chips or coconut or anything like that, you can add whatever you want, or nuts in it. You can add whatever you want. But it's just one can of pumpkin and one cake mix.
Do you use spice cake mix or white?
It
Yellow?
doesn't matter.
Can't remember.
You can use any one.
Yeah.
Just depends on what flavor you want.
Yeah,
you can use
chocolate
chocolate
or
yellow,
spice.
white, spice. Carrot is really good too. Any of those are really good. Christine got the free copy of the Dining on a Dime Volume 1 right here. It was a free ebook. This is the print version. Thank you for providing that. You're welcome. It has really helped her save on groceries. Gam says, had a friend gift me 5 pounds of fresh pecans. Oh, yum.
Ooh, I would kill for a pecan pie right now. Oh.
Just Vicky, true story. At a recycling center, I take stuff. People put the plastic grocery bags in a bin and take them for pet waste. Yep, that's very good. Yeah. GS loves my clip in my hair. How did she see the clip in my hair?
You laid your head down for a second like that.
There you go. Thank you. Okay, now I actually did buy that new. I did buy that new. And I'm glad I did. I liked it. Chicken Mama says he needs to watch the weather while driving. He's not going all the way to Oklahoma tomorrow, thankfully. So, yes, they are having storms in Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, okay. Kimberly Wednesday Appliance Guy going to be back on. So I think next week I have the next video coming up. Katie, would you consider doing a clean with me videos? Probably not. Cleaning doesn't do very good for us. And so if I started my own channel just with cleaning videos, I might do that, but no. Jen says, just discovered Barkeeper's Friend. Good stuff. Yep. That's like we use Comet. Like some people use Barkeeper's Friend.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, can you send me the next ones? And Jeannie, thank you for the super chat.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Mike is sending me the next ones while I do it. Lori, I sell cosmetic jewelry, and I've told people that if something happens, a $10 to $15 ring, it isn't a big loss.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. Jen says, day 16 of my sourdough starter, baking bread at home again, and I have to say, better tasting bread, 27 cents a loaf instead of $4.86 at the store. I know. So we have the potato flake starter in here, and then we have regular sourdough starter in here. And they're both really good. Really, really good. So Bounty in the Badlands says, I burnt pancakes once. Hubby said, burnt on the outside, raw in the middle. Oh, just the way I like them, and ate them all. Okay, I would throw them away. Sorry, but yeah.
I burned a few things when I first got married. My husband, I'd set it in front of him, and he'd eat it. And I felt so bad. He said, listen, you're treating me like a Greek god by giving me burnt offerings every day. So...
see what's wrong. This explains me, guys.
Explains you.
Explains me. Wanda says we're looking lovely today.
Thank you.
All right, let's see. Mike got the next set here. Mary Beth, we have a beautiful yard. Thank you. I do love my yard.
She does have a pretty one.
I'm gonna love it even more when I can keep the deer from eating all my flowers this year. Look at that. Actually, I found the dried blood keeps the deer away. The problem is at Home Depot, it's pretty expensive. So I was thinking about, can you go to the app? So
a frugal way to get dried blood.
Can you go to the butcher?
I want to hear this.
Can you go to the butcher and ask for blood and put it in the dehydrator?
I'm not going to dehydrate blood for you.
Well, I can dehydrate it for me. It's half my dehydrator.
It's at my house. When was the last time you had the dehydrator?
Only because you won't give it to me.
Oh no. No.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, Karen loves the coffee creamers in my cookbook.
Oh. Yeah, we got a lot of flavors.
They're very good. Actually, if you go to livingonadime.com, type in coffee, and all of those recipes will come up.
Yeah, they're on there.
Kimberly, so maybe editors should be on a limited basis and just do the rest yourself, because it sounds like you're getting more stressed with the editors than you were before you got them. Well, actually, I am. but it's not their fault. It's because I was trying new things for the channel and having them do new things for the channel. So now we're going back to the old way, and we're going to see if that's going to be less, but I haven't got myself caught up yet. So anyway, they're actually doing a very good job. I just cannot get it together, Tara. I need to wear my own apron. Denise, for stockpiling, you should do powdered bleach or for long-term storage. Yes, it does help. Yeah, Bull Shock is another good one for powdered bleach.
That's why I use like the Comet instead of the Barkeepers, just because it does have bleach in it too, for like the toilet or something like that.
So Jennifer Weber. Hello,
Oh, Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer.
She says, just put up a sign that says no bears allowed. That should do it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, they'll be coming out here pretty soon in the next probably what?
Jennifer will?
No, bears.
Oh,
4 or
bears.
5 weeks
'Cause I
probably. Katie, please let us know soon. If I'm killing my appliances. You probably are, actually. Everybody uses this. And it's funny because Mom and I pretty much don't use this cleaner. And like, I don't know one person who doesn't use this cleaner.
Yeah,
Mom and I are the only people. I have it in my house, but only because buys it.
Not me.
Well, if I told you why to buy it, then it would give away the secret.
You use it for the car, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike uses it for the car.
Mhm.
But I'm not going to tell you what it is. You'll have to watch. Okay. Will you start doing more lives like you did a few weeks ago? Yes, we have just. Okay, I'm just going to be totally frank and selfish here. We found out we sell more Dining on a Dime cookbooks when we have a sale and we go live. So now we have decided that every time we have a sale, we're going to go live at least every other day, if not every day for the sales. The hardest thing is coming up with topics for the lives. Finally this morning at 11 or 12 o'clock, I came up with today's topic, I guess it was a little bit earlier, wasn't it? But like 9 o'clock this morning, I came up with today's topic.
She always lets me prepare way ahead of time.
Because it's like, okay, I'm not kidding. The last, 15 grocery videos we've done, it's like the same exact thing. But when you get to think about it, people like Dave Ramsey, Dr. Laura, who else are talk show people? All
Dr.
these,
Phil.
Dr. Phil. It's all the same thing because that's what people like to hear. So it's really not that big of a deal, I guess. I need to just get over it. But it's like we were telling Kimberly that we met at the thrift store yesterday. People don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear how to actually save money. That's why I started doing Tightwad Tuesdays, because it's not about saving on your grocery bill. Your grocery bill is the easiest way to save money and cut back, which is why we wrote the cookbooks. But it's a whole lifestyle of saving money. It's the fact that we don't have car payments. We don't have student loans. We don't have boat payments. We don't have vacation payments. We don't have snowmobile payments.
You don't go to the movies
we don't
all
go
the
to movies.
time.
We don't go out to eat.
Yeah, and things like that.
And it's like I said something about in that video in the Chipmunk video yesterday about the restaurant packets, how I store the restaurant packets. Somebody's like, well, you keep telling us like not to go out to eat, and you've got all these restaurant packets. Yeah, those restaurant packets are like a year old from when we go to Colorado and visit the kids, and we have to get takeout then because we didn't have a way to cook in the hotel. But we don't. I mean, we go out, but it's not every 3 times a month usually.
I've been 3 times since December out to eat, but I still have packets for some reason. They just kind of
show up.
Yeah,
somehow.
they just multiply in your refrigerator. I don't know
And
how that
Dave
happens.
my son goes to McDonald's occasionally, but not that often. Even I don't know where they're coming from, but they're not multiplying. Mine aren't getting bigger. That same packet that I've had is still sitting on my counter, to the point where the other day I did go through and sort them and put them in their own individual, like all the ketchups together and everything. And I'm getting them used up so they don't go bad because I've had them in there for so long. And so like when we cleaned out grandma's house, the mayonnaises in there were pretty rank. And so I didn't want them to end up. So I'm making sure I actually use them, and I'll sit And if I get a collection from wherever, I'll sit and cut open ketchup packets and squirt them into the ketchup bottle. I've done that before at our old house, like almost 20 years ago. And the neighbor, we were new in that house, and the neighbor came over and she saw me doing that. And she's like, wow, you really are a tight one, aren't you? I'm like, yeah, but I'm not complaining about my finances, and you are. And so, yeah.
But you know, one thing too, we were talking about cutting back. People don't want to hear. We try to do it gently in some ways, or teach you how to work your way into it. For example, I just said, don't go to movies. If you love going to your movies, what you need to do is take and go to the movie, but don't buy all the popcorn and the pop and everything that
Make
goes
it your
with
special
that,
treat.
you know, or do it just once or twice a year. So it's not an all or nothing type thing. You can cut back slowly. And when you do it that way, it gets easier and easier because you see how much money you're saving. So you just finally get to the point where you don't mind not doing that stuff because the stress is gone. You don't feel like you have to go to a movie then to de-stress or whatever, you know, once you get your finances taken care of. So, you know, we try to do the other stuff too, but most people don't want to hear. They just want to hear about groceries because they don't want to give up a lot of that stuff.
Well, they don't want to give up their groceries.
They don't want to give up their boats and stuff like that, you know, or their new cars.
Holy
and things.
cow. I've been watching some of these pantry videos
Oh, I know.
and kitchen organizing videos because when I get the new kitchen, I was going to do a kitchen organizing video. And I'm like, what am I going to show them? I don't have bags of chips to organize. I don't have bags of gummy something or another to organize. I don't have bags of Oreos. I don't have, what was the other thing? I don't have bags. We do buy granola bars, but just the cheapy Walmart ones. So I'll be able to organize the granola bars. But I was like, we don't have bags of goldfish. We do buy goldfish when they're on sale, but they have to be 99 cents or less. And then I don't buy them. But
you just mean all the little separate packages and stuff. You don't buy any of those.
I don't have bottles of water. I don't have bottles of chocolate milk,
stuff.
bottles of Capri Sun. I don't have any of that stuff to organize in my kitchen. And I'm like, okay, I was going to do a kitchen organization video, but what do I show them to organize? Because I'm not normal.
Yeah.
So
years ago, nobody used that stuff. You know, you just didn't buy those types of things because we really knew how to save money on groceries. You know what I mean? Now they've become so commonplace. People think that they can't live without those things. You know, They think they have to have them to have their family happy and healthy and whatever.
Rachel thought the chipmunk video was fine. Give myself a break. Thank you. Darlene says she watched it and she thought it was fine. Thank you. Beverly says, you do wonderful. Don't beat yourself up. Oh, thank you. Oh, I don't need to beat myself up because all of the comments beat me up on a regular
But you know,
basis.
we were talking to Kimberly at the thrift store the other day, and she was just going on and on about how, you know, we'd helped her with the book and that type of thing. And I said, we have the best viewers that you guys don't realize how much you really do encourage us. I know I've said this before, but it's like there are times when it's like Tara said yesterday or this morning, I just want to give up. And then something happens and we get emails or comments from you guys saying, you don't know how much you helped me. It's wonderful. Thank you so much, you know, and this, that. And you encourage us. We couldn't do this without you. We could not do this without you, you know, really. So
yeah. Kimberly says, Dave or Jack could help us with that. Maybe get someone that does software to do a better system for you. Yeah, I don't know how to organize my files. But even Dave was like, well, Mom, you need somebody to pre-watch the videos for you. And I'm like, yeah, because Dave he's only working part-time, and the other part of the time he works for us packing books and stuff like that. And so I was like, yeah, I may have to add that to his work list when we do that he watches it first. Because the problem is after I'm going to see it, I want to deal with something once and be done with it. I would do laundry one time a year and I would be happy.
Mm-hmm. You'd let it pile up in one room and then do it all in one day.
I don't like, that's why I have such a big stockpile, because I hate grocery shopping. I believe it or not, I do not like going to the grocery shopping. I know I show you the deals and stuff, but I absolutely despise it. That's why I have a stockpile, because I don't want to have to run to the grocery store when I want to cook something. I want to cook what I want to cook. But I'm not going to the grocery store to, first of all, to pay full price, and secondly, for the time and energy to go to the grocery store to get it. And so I'm a deal with something one time and I don't want to see it again. I don't like redealing with stuff over and over and over again. So that's why when I was making the thing for Mike's brilliant idea, and I had to remake it 4 times because I thought Tara's brilliant idea was to reuse something to save money. And Tara's brilliant idea absolutely bit her in the butt on that one because it took me like 8 or 10 hours of redoing it. I didn't save any money. But Mom and I are talking about this in our thrift store video. You have days like that, but then all the other times that you save thousands of dollars doing this stuff. Mm-hmm. Okay, so maybe I lost a couple of $100 on this one thing by trying to reuse something. But all the other things, I saved myself $20,000 by not buying new kitchen cabinets. Mm-hmm. You know.
So you still come out.
You still
good.
come out better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So anyway.
In other words, don't get discouraged if you get something that you thought was a really good deal and find out you paid more than what you could get at new. You know, that happens once in a while, even to the best ones that have been doing it for years. So, but it all comes out in the wash. I mean, it balances out where you save a lot more in the long run.
Grandma B, Tara, I've seen many comments that haven't been nice to just about everyone I follow late. They are nitpicking and rude. Oh my goodness. Yeah. You guys have no idea. I mean, I have someone in the evening that goes through the comments. I still go through the comments during the day because it's getting so bad. And I'm this close to just turning off all the comments on our entire channel.
Well, I've noticed a lot of the people I watch have started turning the comments off. They really have.
And it's ridiculous. Like the other day, my assistant put the snow ice cream video out again. I just wanted to say, hello, friends.
No, she didn't want. That's not what she was about to say at all.
That's not what I was going to say. I was going to say, how stinking stupid can you be? I am not exaggerating. Every single comment when it first came out was, I would never eat snow ice cream with all those chemicals from the air in the snow ice cream. And I'm like, but you will breathe it every day? Seriously?
Or they wouldn't feed their kids that. How many kids go out and play in the snow and eat the snow just automatically? Kids do that. They eat the snow.
I'm like, you do realize your toddler goes out into the backyard and eats dog poop, right? It's like, guys, stop. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And I'm just sitting here thinking, it doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense. You will breathe these chemicals falling out of the air every single day, but you can't eat snow that has these chemicals in it.
You know, we were talking about earlier about how we learn stuff and everything. This is what causes major people not to be able to function, because they hear stuff like this about breathing the chemicals in the air and they just assume these things. They don't really know what they're talking about. They make no sense and they're not analyzing this through. Okay, maybe I got to think about this. I do breathe the air, so maybe I'm breathing in the chemicals. My kids do go play in the snow and eat the ice cream, so maybe there isn't anything wrong with making snow ice cream, you know? Nobody's thinking anymore.
Well, it's kind of like I put a meme on my personal page that I was going to put on Living on a Dime, but I just didn't get on there yet. But it was from a farmer, and it said, farmers, the only job where you work 400 hours a week, I think, the only job where you work 400 hours a week to feed people who think you're trying to kill them. I was like, if that's not the truth, you know? It's
poor
like
farmers.
So it's kind of the same thing with us. You know, here we're trying to help you, not you people.
No,
you guys are nice.
You guys are good.
But all the jerks that come in from the
with
outside
comments.
I'm just trying to help you. Do you really? Nobody's mother told them if you can't say nothing nice, don't say anything at all anymore.
I have never written a negative comment.
I haven't either.
I've watched tons of YouTube stuff. I've never made a negative comment.
I haven't either. If I don't like something somebody says, I just keep my mouth shut.
Yeah. just move on to the next, something else. I don't know why people feel like they have to do that.
You can send me the next mic real quick. Diane, I absolutely love you too. You guys are just like my daughter and myself. We are bargain hunters just like you both. Don't ever listen to people say you're hoarders. You're not hoarders. You both are very smart. I have a basement set up like yours. We have enough food for months, and everyone should have that mindset. You two are the best. Oh, thanks.
Thank you. And you're so right, because I've been snowed in or sick for the past, since Christmas almost. And I had used my pantry stuff that I had, and I haven't missed going to the store or anything. Monday was the first time I really went to the store to get, a lot of stuff for a couple of months. And so having that pantry stock really makes a difference.
Yeah. Somebody says, Vicky says the snow ice cream is safer than all that fast food in Starbucks. No kidding. And Ellen says she drank from the garden hose and lived to tell about it. I know. I actually drank from the garden hose last summer.
We were
several times.
My mom would not allow us in the house to get a drink of water in the summer. You guys stay outside and you can use a hose. It was like,
I did it all last summer when I was working in the garden. I'm like, I'm not hiking up to the house to go get a drink.
I don't know why people don't understand that's the same water you get in the house. It's coming from the same water source.
Yeah, I know.
What really cracks me up, I remember I'm dating myself, aren't I? Going to my grandma's house, and she had one of the pumps outside, and she literally had a metal, cup thing hanging on there, and everybody would use.
Oh, that explains everything.
Everybody used the same cup. You just go, the cousins, the aunts, the uncles, whoever friends came to visit, you just go there, and the neighbor kids would come over to play, and you just use that same old cup. Can you imagine that now?
People would just die.
Wouldn't they?
Oh my goodness.
If they came over for a barbecue and they want a drink of water, yeah, go over there and use
What was it? There was something where there was a gathering and a bunch of people were drinking out of the same thing. And I was just like, and it was recently too. It was after that thing going around. What was it? It was something here in Wyoming. It must have been a get together for Jack's school stuff or something. I can't remember, but several people were drinking out of the same thing. Oh, okay.
Well, even too, like somebody will take and be cooking a pot of soup, and they'll take the spoon and sip off of it to taste if the spices are right, and then they'll put the spoon back in there, and people are horrified that they ate off it. But the spoon is in boiling soup. It's like, let's think this stuff through. People are reacting with their emotions and not with their brains on thinking, this stuff, like with the snow ice cream. So
Dee Dee says it's really so great to listen to us, regardless of what we talk about, because she likes visiting with us. Or it's like visiting with friends. My glasses, sorry guys, my glasses are outdated. I have been waiting 6 weeks for the new pair, and I can't see anything anymore.
I need to put mine on and read for you?
Susan, I love watching you all. It's like a pep talk that puts things in perspective. Keep up the good work. Well,
thank you. You guys are so sweet.
Aloha. The USAF, the Air Force. When you get flack, you're over the right target. Amen,
yeah,
sister.
You're hitting that nerve, aren't you?
I know. Let me tell you. Mary, is gluten-free? Yes, it's 25% off right now. We're not having a bigger sale than that right now, but it is 25% off. Deborah got your Diane on the cookbook. It's even better than she thought. Everybody says that. And whenever they get the cookbooks, they're like, wow, I didn't know there was so much information in there.
Because we call it a cookbook, but it's got everything in there. We've got the homemade toiletry stuff, cleaning supply stuff. We've got how to clean, some things on different cleaning stuff. And
Rita says, aren't any of your cupboards up yet? So yes and no. So part of the cupboards are up, but I can't use them. So they're not like done. They're like half of them are hanging on the wall, but the other half aren't installed yet on the floor because I'm doing a island now instead of what did I have before? Did I have a bar before, I guess?
It was more of a bar, yeah, I guess.
I had a bar before, I guess, and now I'm making it more of an island, and those cupboards aren't in place yet, and they're not done being painted because I didn't like the white, but the contractors haven't been here for 10 days because we're waiting for the window, and they had to build a piece for Mike's brilliant idea. But they had to do that at their workshop. And so they were gone for that. Well, then we also got a bunch of snow, like a lot last week.
Mhm.
And they run a snow plowing business also. So they had to take off 4 days for that. And then in the middle of it, I felt so bad for them. Oh my goodness.
I
just wanted to cry
so
for
hard
them.
for them.
So in the middle of that, like several of their snow equipment pieces broke down. They couldn't get parts. So they were having to hand shovel and hand snow blow like these huge parking lots and stuff. And then I didn't tell you this. The guy, the owner, he said, I don't know what I was thinking, but he went and he said, I slammed my door and my hand was in the door.
Oh, no, you didn't.
And he said I had to drill a hole in my fingernail to release the pressure from the blood buildup. I felt so bad for him. And then
they had more stuff. I've really felt
their
bad
parents
for 'em.
were visiting from South Africa. The dad was helping with the remodel. He was a really nice guy. And they had to drive through this horrid snow.
All the snow we had.
Literally, I didn't tell you this, but the roads were closed. So they had to drive an hour out of their way to go around the closed roads to a road that was open to get down to Denver to get their family
On the
to
plane.
Denver. And then they got back and he got the flu.
Oh, my goodness.
So to say we're having grace. And I told them, I said, if you guys need, because they had never, like, their parents had been visiting, and he said, we really haven't had any time to just visit with them because we've been so busy, and the dad was actually just coming on the job helping just so he could see his kids while they were here and grandkids while they were here. Well, I told them, I said, the window's not here yet. We have to wait. Now we're kind of stuck a little bit because my big window's not in yet. So we can't get the sink or any of that stuff installed. And I said, well, none of this is going away until the sink or until the window comes in. So if you need to take extra days off or whatever. So I told them, I told them that we were okay with that. And so
they're
not a
such
big
hard
deal,
workers.
yeah.
They do really, when they're here, they work really hard. And it's not that they're fluffing us off or anything like that.
No, they're not. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
He does want you to comment on the show. Question about the show.
Oh dear. Mike just gave me a message that I've got to call him afterwards. Okay, so Anjanette, are we posting new videos on the cooking channel? So I have videos coming out that were already pre-filmed through March, and some shorts and some regular videos. I think once a week I have a regular video, and then once a week a short coming out on that channel. Denise, for some reason I bought a whole bunch of bread, didn't have room for freezer, so we had French toast, grilled cheese sandwiches, garlic toast. Still haven't gone through it all. Croutons. If it starts getting old, make croutons. Then it'll last a lot better. Aloha, Irish Spring for deer. Yes, that helps work. Yeah. Just Vicky. Oh no, Tara wants to dry her own blood.
I know.
I should do that. But where do you just get blood? I guess if you go to where would you do? I guess a deer processing plant or something. I don't know. Oh, we should have drained all the blood out of the deer that we had
in the yard.
We missed an opportunity.
I'm sure Mike and the boys would love doing that for you.
I just had it. You know what we could have done? We could have taken the intestines. If you're eating dinner, just close your ears for a moment. Could have taken the intestines and just strung it around the garden. Some days my brain scares me. Monique, I have all 3 of your cookbooks. Gifted a relative to have one of your cookbooks because she just moved out on her own. Thank you.
Oh, that's a good idea
glad.
too. Yeah,
Yay.
thank you.
Frugal Win, Cookie Grammy says, my neighbor is giving me a very nice laundry poles line. He's even going to install them.
Oh,
ooh, I'm jealous.
I am too. I would love to have that.
I don't know if I could get Mike to put another clothesline up for me. How many clotheslines have you put up for me? I don't know. You put up a lot. It's more than that.
I love a good clothesline.
Yeah. Yeah, he's put up a lot of clotheslines for me. Luis got Italian sausage for $1 a pound.
Ooh,
very good.
That is good.
Mary says, we're good company. She loves watching the show. She's having my husband watch her show so we can get on the same page about frugality. Maybe we need to have Mike has his own channel for men, saving money for men. What's a realistic?
Get it together, dudes.
Get it together,
We should call it
dudes.
Get Together Dudes. That's funny. MT, what is a realistic food budget for 4? I would say $100 per person is
A
reasonable.
month.
Yeah, a month. Monique, could you ladies do a video on trends seen on social media that are not budget family? For example, fancy organizers and cleaners. Well, people wouldn't watch a video on that, but
We try to put some of that in when we do
Yeah.
talk about things.
that's why I'm doing
sometimes.
the Tightwad Tuesdays now, to kind of put those in
Yeah.
that kind of thing, because doing individuals like that, I'm trying a few more videos like that, but so far none of them are really doing that great. So as you saw yesterday.
It's strange. I don't know why, because it seems like a lot of people are interested in it, but they just don't.
Yeah. Wanda, is there a mayonnaise substitute that does not have to be refrigerated? Not that I know of.
Mm-mm.
Jennifer Weber says, I've been using Sharpie to write the date on the lid of the condiment sauces. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea.
Yes,
Mhm.
do that. That would make it a lot
Mhm.
easier. I should start doing that too.
Yeah.
because- although we do pretty good with ours, but yeah. Barbara, for your kitchen organization, do a video about the best way to use cabinet space to store pots, pans. Yeah. Well, I mean, like yesterday, so all my plates and bowls are going in a drawer now. And I went to the thrift store to get some pegboard, and the guy there had just thrown some in the trash. Thank you, Rich. And so he said, I have some in the trash if you want it. And I said, yeah, I'll take it. So I'm going to take that pegboard. And you saw the fancy drawer organizers that they make now for plates and bowls and stuff. Well, those things are like $50 or $100. It's really expensive. So I'm just going to make my own.
Mhm.
So anyway, Tanya says she thinks we're amazing.
Thank you.
Patty, I'm not, guys, thank you for the kudos. I wasn't telling you about my bad day to try and get kudos, but thank you very much. We appreciate it. I mean,
Mhm.
it does get on a person's nerve listening to all the people going on all the time, but
Well, and what's hard too is some of you guys have written in your stories or different things of how hard you've had it. You know, like we were talking about Carrie, you know, how rough she had it and everything, but yet she still got out of debt. And so to listen to these people make these negative comments too, you know, and when they don't have near the situations that some of you guys do, or at least from what they sound like, you know, it's hard to take that stuff sometimes.
Patty, I'm trying to figure out how to organize my baking supplies. They are in a cabinet that isn't easy to get to. Well, send me a picture of it, Patty, editor@livingonadime.com, and let me see if I can help you figure it out. The best thing that I could think is to go to the thrift store and get some bins, or Dollar Tree and get some bins that you could slide out whole sections.
Yeah, like
So,
keep your spices for
Your
baking
spices
one
in
bin.
one,
Maybe your sugars, like your powdered sugar, brown sugar.
and then your baking powder and your baking soda and your salt all in one little thing. Maybe
Something
that
like
you could
that.
slide out. Maybe. I mean, you'd have
Without
to send me a
seeing,
picture.
yeah, without
you'd have to
seeing,
send
it's
me.
hard to.
See, and I'd like to do videos like that because I like
Yeah, I
organizing,
love
but I don't know
organizing.
where I'd find people to. We can't fly all over the country doing it. And our town is so small that I don't know that we would be able to get enough people to do that. Diana, 60-year-old mom, a special needs teen. I'm a single mom, have a $25,000 in investments. I leave it there as an extra backup in case something went wrong, but I owe $28,000 left on my mortgage. Am I thinking right or wrong? So since you only have $28,000 on your mortgage, I would leave the $25,000 as a backup in case you lose your job, or if you need to replace your car, then you can pay cash for it. I would say if you go over the $25,000, just start putting everything on your mortgage. But $28,000 isn't very much left on your mortgage. But you have to have some sort of an emergency fund. Now, if you have an emergency fund on top of that $25,000, then go ahead and take it out and put it on your mortgage. But if you don't have an emergency fund, I would have at least 3 months worth of expenses, 6 months preferable, but 3 months. And $28,000 isn't very much left on your mortgage. So
Especially if you can add even, you know, like $100, $50 or something extra a month to it. It'll go down.
Kate, I like your digital thermometer used in one of your older videos. I've been looking for purchase one. What brand is it? I don't know. It's just the point. I just got the point and click one. Did you get it? Okay, Mike
put
shared
the link in there.
How soon till we see your kitchen? Tanya wants to know. So at least 4 weeks, maybe 6. So
It's like the guys have taken off 10 days now. So, you know,
Yeah.
things like that keep happening a little bit. So it's hard to
Yeah.
tell.
And I want the paint on the cabinets to cure a month before I start using them so they don't chip or anything like that. And I don't want to put any of my stuff back in until the paint cures. So I really don't want to do any of that. Thank you, Janine, for the super chat. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
I just did the organizing with Dollar Tree bins, worked out great. Yeah, Dollar Tree is a great place to get organizing things, and be careful because actually some of the thrift store bins can be more expensive than just going to Dollar Tree and getting some if you need some. But don't forget, you can use stuff like cereal boxes and cracker boxes and cut them down. The ramen noodle boxes, the boxes that canned goods comes in, that's mom's favorite. Yeah, Patty, editor at livingonadime.com. Editor at livingonadime.com. Oh, yeah, the countertops, Elizabeth wants to know. So, all right, so they got me the sample of the epoxy countertops to use as a fake countertop. So I have it sitting in my kitchen, and we're using it as a countertop. It scratches, even though they said it wouldn't. And even the video from the epoxy place shows the guy taking a knife to it. Well, I took a knife to it and it scratched. But I like the look of the countertop that I'm thinking of doing with the epoxy so much that I'm thinking about just doing the epoxy anyway, because you can buff it out if you need to. And really the places where I set things like my pans and my knives and stuff like that, it's only like a couple of 2-3 feet of countertop.
I told her if she kept the knives and the pans in that one area, then it's not like she'd have to buff out then the whole thing.
So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and go with the epoxy just because I like the look so much. I mean, I don't know. I think that look will just make the kitchen, and it would be really good for the shows and the videos and stuff. But if it just doesn't work out in 18 months or 2 years, I'll just get new countertops. I'll just chuck the $2,000 and just say, well, I haven't been buying a new car for the last 30 years. So that'll just be my new car payment for 4 months.
On the show, it's a business expense.
Well, yeah, and it's a business expense. So we can actually, if I do some cooking videos, we can take this remodel off on our taxes. So that's encouraging me to do some cooking videos. So, because Mike's brilliant idea is costing a little bit more than we had anticipated. So, okay, a lot more than we had anticipated, but it's really brilliant. So, so you may not see your kitchen till May. Probably mid-April.
This is March.
I know, but the window was supposed to be here today. So we're waiting on the window.
But if the guy's in the hospital for 6 weeks or so, or a couple of weeks or whatever.
I don't know when the window is going to get here. If it happens to come this week, it could possibly be done in 2 weeks. But I don't know. And the contractors want to be done by the 1st of April. But I don't want to use the cabinets until the paint has cured, so I don't accidentally nick them and stuff. So I don't know what to do. But yeah. GS says emergency funds are mandatory. Yes. The only way we finally got our heads above water and stopped having money problems was when we finally were able to get an emergency fund. So when the car broke down or we had to buy a new car, we could pay cash and not have to worry about how to do it. So yeah. Louise says her house has been paid off for 10 years. Very good.
Ooh, way to go.
Totally debt-free.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's doable.
It is very, very, very doable. So very good. Kimberly, I wonder if the algorithm is working against you for Tightwad Tuesday videos. I only ever get notified of your lives. So here's the thing. Our channel is totally messed up. If you notice channels that are doing really well, they pick one subject and they stick with the subject, and that's all they do. Because we made the stupid decision to do organizing videos, cooking videos, how to save money videos, all the penny pinching mama videos, all how Mike and I got out of debt, huh? Yeah, the chronic fatigue syndrome fibromyalgia videos. We don't have, the algorithm doesn't know what we're about, so it doesn't recommend us to anyone. And so that's why our videos don't do better, because we don't have one subject. Even though our subject is kind of saving money, that's not a specific enough subject. And so that's why we have a issue. Oh, Kimmy says Mike's brilliant idea is worth every penny. I think it's going to be worth every penny. I think you're right. Yeah, I think it will be
pretty good.
And actually, when I do a video on Mike's brilliant idea, Tara's brilliant idea on the part of Mike's brilliant idea might make all the money back that it cost us for Mike's brilliant idea in ad revenue. If it works out. The way things are going, who knows? It might just burn down for all I know. But it might work. So so we might, from ad revenue, if I can get the video to turn out like I'm hoping, then we could make it back. So yeah. Okay, one more thing. Comments. Ellie! Hello, my
and
daughter.
your hair looks so cute. I loved
did she
it.
cut her hair?
She got a haircut.
Wait,
so
send me a
cute.
picture.
It was cute.
What am I, chopped liver? The mother is always the last to know.
I love you, Ellie.
Be kind to your brother tomorrow, please.
Yes. Try not to kill your poor brother. Poor Dave.
Brothers, I should say.
Yeah, brothers.
Okay. I think Jack's gonna miss Dave more than
I think Jack's gonna miss Dave too. Yeah.
poor Dave and Jack. I think they're gonna miss each other.
Uh-huh.
They're almost like, it's weird. They're 6 years apart, but they're almost like twins.
Yeah.
Now. Leslie, my mom never taught me how to cook. I tried making potato salad. The potato cubes were still raw. Oh, sorry.
Oh no.
I thought I had cooked them enough. My poor husband was a good sport and ate it anyway.
Those husbands.
I
are
could
really
hear him
good.
crunching the potatoes the whole time. Now, I do say when stuff like that, I tell Mike, it's okay, don't eat it. I won't be offended. So anyway,
Believe it.
she says, so learning how to cook from us is a huge relief for him. Guys, 25% off. Your husband will thank you.
Your husband will thank you. We're doing this for all the new husbands out there.
Karen, during Lent is a great time to stock up. Oh, that's why shrimp was so cheap.
Oh, yeah.
It's Lent. I was so excited because shrimp was on sale the other day and I got me some. That's why.
Mhm.
It's $3.99. Yeah, okay.
I saw that
I
too.
saw that. I was
Uh-huh.
wondering. I feel like if I have to eat another chicken, I'm going to choke. And I was like, I got to get something different. So I got me some shrimp. And so, yeah. Jen, Mary, Satan wants you off the air. You're doing God's work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
About the chipmunk thing. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
your video.
But, you know,
I would say you should just turn that one back on.
no, I'm not. I spent 2 hours editing it today. I'm not wasting all that time. Okay, so I'll finish up these real quick, but I just I just want to say something real quick. I got an email from, and she was very nice. She was very nice about it. She was not nasty or anything. She was very kind and sweet. So this is not anything against her, but I got an email from a lady about a person that we recommend. And she said, you might want to watch this video on this person because, you know, I used to think they were good, but now they're not. And you might want to watch this. And I watched it because if there's something in someone that I recommend for a biblical standpoint, if there's something truly wrong, I want to know, because I don't want to be recommending somebody that isn't biblical. Okay. And I watched it and I did agree with the stuff that they said in there. But here's the problem with some of this Bible stuff. if you guys are watching video, but Bible teacher and preacher discernment videos is a big thing right now. And all these people are going and doing videos on all these preachers and all these Bible teachers discerning how they're false teachers, false prophets, including us. And here's the thing. I told this lady, I said, thank you very much. I said, I do not agree with everything this person has to say. But because of the things that this person went through in their life and how Christ transformed their life and took something horrid, the most evil thing that could happen to a person, I would say, close to it, one of the most evil things that could happen to people, and turned it to good and for God's glory. That message is 1,000 times greater than the few things that I don't agree with. And I said, you know, same thing is even pastors like John MacArthur. I don't agree with everything John MacArthur says. But is everything okay?
The sound was garbling for a second, and I'm not sure why.
The sound is garbling because I'm talking about Bible stuff.
Everything
That's why.
looks fine.
But he's a very good Bible teacher and can teach people who want to go deeper into the Bible some very good things. So I could discern something from pretty much every single Bible teacher or preacher that is wrong or I don't agree with. So does that mean I don't listen to anybody?
Well, the thing is, these people aren't perfect, you know.
Yeah.
They're not going to
They're
do
human.
everything perfect. And why these people that are doing all this discernment type stuff are nitpicking the little things, you know. And it's like people do this with the Bible. They'll pick one verse out of the Bible, take it out of context, and then say, look, the Bible is terrible, God's terrible, by taking that one verse out. Instead of taking it in the whole context of the Bible, the chapter and everything, and in the character of God. What is God's character really like? You know, God's a mean, hateful, angry, God, and he does horrible things. No, they don't know the character of God if they're saying that. And so they can pick things out of the Bible to make that sound true, but they don't do the overall picture of the Bible. So you have to be very careful.
That's why we give away the free Bibles. Michael put a link in there.
You
read it yourself.
Yeah. And sometimes I will see a pastor that'll say something I'm thinking, I'm not so sure about that, what he's saying on that. And I'll maybe go study it myself or listen to somebody else and get their opinion. And there'll be like 4 or 5 people that all say a different thing that I really like, but they all say something different on that one scripture because we don't know it all, and then they'll take things from their past, these pastors' past and things who have actually said, I was wrong in that. And I've realized that, and I've asked people to forgive me, and they don't teach that anymore. And so I think it's terrible that to have an actual channel that you do nothing but nitpick other Christians. I mean, what does that say about them as a Christian? Here they are. It's like a gossip show is what it is. And let me just tell you the latest gossip that I found on this person. So be careful, be careful with this stuff. I don't know, I don't watch them myself that much, but I can't tell that they're really doing a whole lot of this out of love. People are with the prophecy, with the discernment stuff, it's getting kind of out of control. And this is part of where God wants us to be discerning, to watch out for these things. This stuff is going to be rampant, and you're going to have to be really careful. It looks good on the surface A lot of this stuff looks good on the surface, but you've got to know your Bible. You've got to have a relationship with God, know his character, and be close to him, and let the Holy Spirit touch your heart and, speak to you. Is this right or is this wrong? And don't be listening to a whole lot of different people. This is what we were talking about in the finances and everything. Don't just go following what you hear on YouTube about all this stuff. Do the research yourself, but you've got to realize these people are human. And unless they are saying that you need to worship Buddha or you need to worship this person, and they don't speak about salvation, they don't talk about Jesus, they don't do the Bible, unless they're not doing anything about Jesus and salvation, true salvation in the Bible, then maybe you should be leery of them. But all these different people that speak, they talk about Jesus, and thousands are coming over their years of ministry to the Lord, unless there's something horrible, something really, really bad. But most of the time I haven't seen stuff, it's just, I don't agree maybe on one or two little things.
Yeah.
So,
Bethany, dry milk expires expiration August 2021. Well, I'll tell you, I'm using dry milk from 2016. So
yeah,
it's fine.
I've used some that's way older than that even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Did you know that they recently found David's palace? No, I didn't know that. Did you know that? Hmm.
Oh, yeah. Try to study Bible archaeology if you get a chance to. Joel Kramer is really good in explaining and not letting the history be boring at all about the Bible. And he has some really good information. And it's amazing what Christian archaeology, Bible archaeology they're finding now on these things. It's really exciting.
Grant wants to know, I hear buy local all the time as the right thing to do. When I have looked, I find most local is double or triple the price. Is local better? Am I missing something? Okay. It's nice in theory, and I understand why they're saying this, but no. If you cannot afford to buy, if your debt is not 100% paid off and your retirement is not 100% filled or whatever you call it, ready.
If you just can't afford it.
You can't afford it, don't buy it. I do not buy local for that reason. I do try to buy it when I can, but honestly, it's very rare. I went into a local meat store the other day and I was like, there's no way I'm paying $24 for this a pound. And so it's nice in theory, but unfortunately that's just life. And those kinds of shops have to just adapt the changing economics as with any business. You have to do that. We've had to change our business over the years. We've
had our own business and we know it's hard and we feel sorry for them,
Yeah.
But in the same way, I don't give to every single charity that, asked for me to give. I would love to, and I give to a lot, but I can't do it all. I can only do what I can afford. And that goes with buying locally.
Yeah. Sherry, the large print Bibles should be in stock. I need to order them. I was waiting for them to answer a question. They're not answering me. So I'm just going to order them tomorrow. So probably about 10 days or so, 10 days or 2 weeks. I accidentally ordered the regular print this time instead of large print. So although it didn't seem that hard to read for the regular print.
I was going to say, I think they would be fine.
So we're still giving those away at the moment because, yeah. Let's see. Okay. Yes, we have lots of free webs. Livingonadime.com. We have lots of free recipes on there. Somebody was saying on that. And Tara, you and I have the same health issues. Did you have trouble finding a doctor? The doctor I found here, no, I didn't really have too hard of a time. But I did look a lot, and we have moved many times, and we have had lots of trouble finding a doctor. So it's just get recommendations from people, and you may just have to try a few to see if you like them.
One thing, if you know any nurses, I even called the receptionist at the emergency clinic here, and asked her, and she said, my husband just loved, this doctor. And so you can try stuff like that too. Nurses are usually the best ones if you can find somebody to give you a good recommendation for the doctor.
Honestly, I've gone to a regular doctor here, but we found a doctor that was fed up with the healthcare system and started his own urgent care. And that's where we've been going for all of our medical needs, except for Mike's knee. Mike's got to have knee surgery. So he had to go to an orthopedic dude for that. But everything else, just the normal stuff, we've just been going to the urgent care with the guy who used to be in an emergency room, and he started his own clinic. And it's cheaper, and you get in faster.
Mm-hmm. He's really good.
So, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Monty says, I listen to many preacher teachers take the best and leave the rest as far as their opinion as teachers going. Yes and no. You want to get somebody who's based in the Bible.
Yeah.
The main thing is, do they preach the gospel and do they point you to Christ?
Mm-hmm.
If even like this Asbury revival, it really wasn't a revival. It was just a glorified, no pun intended, but a glorified praise and worship session, service, whatever. Mm-hmm. Glorified praise and worship service. But I found it interesting, even after we did our video, the amount of emphasis on the Holy Spirit
mm-hmm.
versus sending people to Christ. Now, I'm not saying the Holy Spirit is less than Christ or God. But
see how we have to be so careful here, because somebody would
I'm
say
going to get the comments.
Yeah.
I'm going to get them. I know I am. I'll probably have to turn them off
That's
on this
why we're
video.
hesitating in the discerning videos that we were talking about.
But if your church is heavily focused on the Holy Spirit moving and shaking and all this stuff, and they're not focused on turning people to Christ and the salvation that Christ gives us by dying for our sins, if they don't point out that you are a sinner, the reason you're going to hell when you die is because you are a sinner and you were born a sinner thanks to Adam and Eve. But Christ died for our sins and he became that sacrifice. And if we give our life to him, then we can go to heaven. But what happens is in these churches where they focus on the love, that's not love. Mm-mm. God is not a God of love. He is a God of love, but he's also a God of judgment. And we are going to be judged for our sins. So any pastor who focuses on love, who focuses on prophecy, who focuses on wealth and prosperity,
tolerance and acceptance,
social justice, all of this stuff, accepting people into the church. Yes, anyone is invited into the church. That's what the church is there for. It's a hospital for sinners. But those people should not be teaching Sunday school until they have been healed from their sin. And so
Jesus accepted all the sinners, but you know what? He always made sure they turned from their sin
first. Yeah.
The woman that was caught in adultery, what did he say to her? Yeah, he was very caring and got rid of the Pharisees and that type of thing. But he said, go and sin no more. Every time he would tell them to stop their sinning. And what happens is in some of these churches full of love type stuff, they're not telling the people that they need to turn from their sin and that Jesus died for them for their sin, And so that's where the problem comes in a lot of times.
So as you're listening to these pastors and preachers, if they're asking you for money constantly, there's nothing wrong with a preacher teaching about tithing.
No.
But if they're doing that every single service and that's all they focus on, there's a problem. There's nothing wrong with pastors teaching about sexual immorality. But like we went to one church one time And literally every single service for like 6 months or a year was about this. And we knew this family very, very well. And in this family, there was a generational, you know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
How do I say this? There was a generational problem with sexual sin. Is that how I say that? So this pastor probably, I'm not saying he did anything. I don't know anything. But when pastors start preaching on one thing like that, then they usually have a problem in that area themselves. And so a pastor should be leading you to Christ, telling you you're a sinner, and that Christ died for your sins, and he is here to save you from hell because of your sins. God is a loving God, but it's not all about love. So if it's just focusing on love, like I had to confront a person one time with their sin, and this person told me, well, my Bible says God is a God of love. And I had to tell that person, then you're reading the wrong Bible, because the same Bible also says that what you are doing is a sin. And so pastors need to be well-rounded. It's okay if a pastor has a gift in prophecy or a gift in certain areas, encouragement or something. And like Pastor JD, he has a specific prophecy podcast, but his regular preaching is just regular preaching.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't, not every single thing he focuses on. Pastor Jack Hips, his gift is national, how do I say this? Awareness of national government issues, government things going on, government, in his city, in California, but not all of his preaching is focused on that. And so you just need to have,
you need to be well-rounded
people.
You need to come away from church having the pastor exhort you, in other words, show you that, you know, this is what you need to be doing, and encourage you. Those two things. You should come away from every church service. And I love it when the pastors preach through the Bible, verse by verse, chapter by chapter, and go through, because I had a pastor once say, when pastors don't just preach through the Bible, each chapter, they will tend to pick out the things that they feel most comfortable with doing throughout the Bible. Where if they go through Matthew all the way through, they have to preach on stuff that they don't maybe feel quite so comfortable with in that area, but because they're going through it, they have to preach on it. So I really like the pastors, which Pastor Jack does, you know, and I think Pastor JD does, and those types, they do tend to go through the Bible like that. But yeah.
And Jen said, I was told one time by a pastor that I was poor because I wasn't living God and for
That's
God,
wrong.
and it was my cross to bear. No. Listen, the prosperity gospel is wrong, but it's also wrong, the poverty gospel.
Either one.
There are people who preach
those are
the poverty
extremes.
gospel.
If you think about it, all these things are extremes.
Maybe God has you going through poverty for some reason in this time of your life, but he is also a God of great wealth also. It doesn't mean that God doesn't love the people in India who are Christians and are living on $5 a week. But the pastors that are preaching that you're not wealthy because you're not living a Christian life, no, that's wrong.
The same thing goes for sickness. A lot of pastors say if you're sick, then you're being punished for a sin. That is not true at all, you know.
Yes. What is my favorite gospel song? Well, Mom's is All Fly Away, right?
No.
Oh, what's your favorite gospel song?
Well, it's a song nobody, I don't think, knows.
Oh, I don't know my mother.
I was thinking that the other day at my funeral. Do you know what to play at my funeral?
All I know is at my funeral, Mike's playing Let Freedom Ring, God Save the Queen.
I like,
all
it's
I
a
know.
song I don't think I've ever heard anybody do in church for years. It's called Follow Me is the name of the song. So see, that's not even one. But recently I've loved the song Behold Our God.
Oh yeah, I
I
like that
love
one.
Behold
Yeah.
Our God. I like that one.
I've
really
liked
well.
that one for a long time.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's a gospel song necessarily, but
No, but
I
I
don't know if
really
she
like
means-
it. Yeah.
or maybe you just mean a Christian song in general. Maybe I don't know,
Yeah.
but well, you need to write out what you want at your funeral.
I guess
then.
I should.
I don't know.
But the ones I like, most people haven't heard before. They're not new songs, they're old ones, but
Beverly likes Victory in Jesus.
oh yeah, those are
That's a
fun
good one.
ones. I love all the old hymns a lot. You know, I love singing the old hymns and things. She thinks I'll Fly Away because I used to play that, and
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was. Is that the only song
it's
you knew
the
how to
one
play?
the only song I knew how to play.
There you go. Okay, there you go. I'm sorry. I have failed as a daughter. Okay, question, turn, Mike. I enjoyed the OIO's video. Thank you. You did the other day. Floaty things flying in the air and the guards singing. Oh my, that laughs so hard. So just for clarification, on our unidentified video, things flying around in the air. We weren't saying that the balloons that they shot down weren't real. Yeah, we know those are Chinese spy balloons. We get that. We also know that there's a whole bunch of hobby balloons that they've been blowing up with millions of dollars of bombs. Hello, friends.
Oh,
Sorry.
what would you do without Kimmy to help you along here?
Kimmy keeps me grounded.
I was going to say, she's keeping you on an even keel here.
But I'm just saying that other stuff that people have seen, we in our life have dealt with demonic activity on a very real level. And the things that people are explaining that they're seeing and things that are happening, it just sounds like demonic activity. I know it's not aliens, but I do think these people are seeing things and experiencing things outside of the whole balloon thing. And so I'm just saying, I think that's what it is. I think it's just to have an explanation for when the rapture happens and do that. So Fluffy says, our husband loves How Great Thou Art. It's okay, Barbara. If you spelled my name wrong, I'm okay. Does powdered coconut milk expire? I would say maybe 3 or 4 years later. It does have fat in it, so your fat might go rancid. Just smell it, and if it smells off, don't use it. It's not gonna make you sick.
You're not
going to
get poisoned by this stuff. Yeah, it'll just be the flavor.
Yeah. Oh. Elizabeth says a good funeral song is you can't always get what you want. and then Beverly says, how about it's all over now?
That's good. I like that one. That is good.
Oh dear. Oh, I hope I didn't ruin Kimmy's hello, friends.
She's good.
I'm sorry, Kimmy.
Poor
If I
Kimmy.
ruined that, I am so sorry. I am so incredibly sorry.
Oh.
Now everybody who watches both of us is gonna break out laughing every time Kimmy says that. Kimmy, I'm so sorry. I hope I didn't. Okay, yes, Mike has a whole list of songs here he loves. He Shall Reign Forevermore and House of the Lord are couple of Mike's favorites. I didn't know that.
I like mostly the old hymns, more of the old hymns than the newer ones. I mean, I do like the new songs too, but there's a few. But.
Yeah. So anyway, Diane Cookbooks, guys, 25% off right now. Livingonadime.com and our gluten-free, dairy-free edition. Also, our planners. We are getting huge reviews. These are changing people's lives for the better. I'm so excited. And I hope Kimmy's still speaking to me after this show.
I hope everybody's still speaking to us.
Kimmy, text me and tell me if you're still speaking to me, please. But yes, Jen says, we love Kimmy's Hello Friends. Yes, I actually really like it. I do. I'm just saying, if you could see Tara saying,
Opposites that attract.
that's true. That is very true, actually. Like Mike and I, we're totally opposite. Some days I think we're on different planets. Just saying. I can come visit you, huh? Lynn says, only Jesus by, oh yeah, that's a good one too, by Casting Crowns. Yes, everybody loves your Hello Friends, so don't stop. Please. Don't. Visit us at livingonadime.com, guys. We will see you guys next time.
Bye-bye, guys.
Have a good night.